I am sorry. Are you okay?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Boxing Voice Radio, #1 podcast. Enjoy the show. It's a great day to talk boxing. Ness on the mic, super chat to call in. It's the Boxing Voice Radio, #1 podcast. Enjoy the show. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe. Join the Patreon today.
Come on, man. I just got my hair done 2 days ago.
Swing the remix guys!
I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. And she put grease in my shit. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. And she put grease in. I just got my hair done. 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 Why y'all boys like I'm saying bullshit? Like this is real facts. Like this is real facts. Why y'all boys like I'm saying bullshit? Like this is real facts. It burnt my eyes. Like this is real facts. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. I just.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am coming to you live from Las Vegas, joined alongside Essex own, the king of Essex, that is. King, I mean. Perfect co-host to have on, as we did have some women's championship boxing, a couple of championship fights to discuss. I watched them all, but always good to have an expert. Buenos dias, my friend. How are you?
Live from the kingdom of Essex, whether it's Essex, England, whether it's Essex in Massachusetts, whether
See if you
it's
could get
Essex
closer
County,
to that.
New Jersey. Huh?
See if you could get closer.
Closer.
Okay, that works better.
All right, now, not to step on the intro, but yes, yours truly, the king of Essex, the warden of women's boxing, is here on the best, the #1 boxing podcast on the planet, the Boxing Voice, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go.
Yeah, man, a lot to discuss. So many fights. I guess we'll start with the earliest card, which is the George Cambosos. You know, he fought at the very early morning here on the Pacific Standard Time. I think it was around 3, 4 in the morning. And, you know, it was a good card overall. I did have to get up and rewatch it. Missed a lot of it. But I did go back and watch Terramona. James Singh, I think his name is, or Sai. I underestimated him by the way that he looked. Obviously, he wasn't body beautiful right away. I categorized him as a chubby weight. I'm looking at it as an easy fight, which it might have been either way. But, you know, James put up a good fight. He landed a couple of shots, and it really made Terramona, you know, step on the gas and get his man out of there. You know, what he did show is a lot of athleticism. I don't know about the power, as it was a stoppage by ref. It wasn't like he got the knockout, but he does have a lot of athleticism, and he wants to fight. Obviously, this opponent means absolutely nothing, but I did see Terramona. How about yourself?
Yeah, I think he's a developing fighter. He is a cruiserweight, and one thing you have to consider about our brothers and sisters in what's that, the Pacific Islands, if you will, or in that Pacific Ocean area, not a lot of the muscleclature going on. So even you saw the brother Hemi, he was on a few top ranked cards as a heavyweight. Some of these brothers hit hard. They're not going to be body perfect, is the way you described it. Nonetheless, Singh, I think, was a quality opponent because, somebody that is going to appear to be durable. All of that cushion or lack of muscleclature gave me the impression that he was going to be there to be hit. And, he was. And although it didn't seem like he was being rocked, maybe the referee saw something we didn't or just didn't want him to continue to take that much punishment. Terramona, I think, he'll go the way of Jay Opataya in that we know the name, and I don't think we should expect him to be a knockout puncher. I think with Jay Opataya, people began questioning him all of a sudden when they said that P word, right? Power. So I think Terramona is going to have to figure out a way to, get through fights and still demonstrate his skill, still demonstrate being a puncher without the expectation of every fight going to be a knockout.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that, man. It's the heavyweight division. We want knockouts. But for those that are just following us, right now we're at 238,811. So we need about another 200 more subscribers to get to the next goal of 239,000. If you want to help us with that, tell a friend to subscribe. Outside of that, you could grab all the devices in your house and subscribe as well so that we can get to that next goal a little bit quicker. Moving on, after the Terramona fight, we had Iman Kativ, and he was a good fighter. I was tuning in because I was told he was the next Artur Beterbiev before the fight. It's like, oh, this is the next Artur Beterbiev. He's in the light heavyweight division. So I'm like, all right, might as well look. I'm going to be watching this card anyway. Might as well check him out. Physically, he looked the part. He looks like he really trains. He looks like, he takes boxing serious. He had the right body. He's not overweight. He's definitely in shape. He's durable. We've seen that from this particular fight. The man can take some shots without a doubt. But there always comes a fight where the loser, in my opinion, gets more credit than the winner. And that is Durval Elias Palasio. I think that he really shined bright on this night, Saturday that is, or Sunday, whatever it was in Australia. The point is that, I want to see him back again. I'm not saying he's this super skilled fighter, but he's definitely an entertaining fighter, a fighter that is going to certainly lay it all on the line and not just lay down, and certainly my type of guy for sure. He put up a good fight. He could take a great punch, and he just keeps coming forward. I'm interested in seeing him back again. Kativ, obviously, he did what he had to do. He won, but it wasn't no cakewalk. And because of that, I think Palasio has earned the respect of boxing fans. Definitely interested in seeing him again. And obviously Kativ as well, to see where he goes from here and how they matchmake him from here, because I don't think even the matchmakers was expecting the fight to be this back and forth. I mean, Kativ, let's be real, he might need some time off. That eye looked it crazy. Palasio certainly put, I don't even know what to call it because it was nasty. It looked like a hamburger. It was so black on that eyelid. But he got the win, so he's durable. He can fight. He proved that. But again, for me, I'm going to be looking out for Palasio. I'm going to be wondering when he's coming back and who's bringing him back, and I want to know who he signed to and where'd this guy come from. I don't know. Were you as impressed as me? And you don't have to be either. Maybe Kativ did exactly what he needed to do for you. I don't know. I just like new players in the game, and I think Palasio is one.
I mean, light heavyweight kind of has um, that attention right now off the heels of what happened. But I think for the most part, Kativ, and somebody in the chat will correct me if I'm wrong. I think I seen him up north on a couple Eye of the Tiger or some kind of promotions up there, Three Lions or something. I remember seeing him on a couple Thursday nights. I could be wrong, but um, it's hard being grouped in with Beterbiev. I don't think that's fair to him. Maybe it's because of the amateur system up there. All that is fine. Your man Palasio is a good fighter, and I think I guess when in the context of Katiev being compared to Beterbiev, and then when you see what Palasio does, I think that's what gives one the impression that maybe Palasio had a better night than he could have or should have had. Um, but I don't know. I thought it was just a solid fight. I thought this is what you get in boxing, and you're right. I don't think the matchmakers had any idea. I thought they were just getting another, fighter from Argentina that can pass customs, that can clear ice, and they got a fighter. And I think they were pleasantly surprised with the action that was delivered in that fight.
I mean, see if you could turn the volume up. Like, use that mic and click it up. I mean, you sound fine, but you're definitely lower than normal. But
How about that?
I mean, I definitely heard it raised. I don't know if the actual audio did. Like when you clicked it, we could hear that. But moving on, Shanika Johnson took on Nina Hughes. We've seen Nina Hughes before. I believe tricked me into betting on her, and
Hold me to that.
and she didn't live up to the hype. But now she's lost back to back to Shanika. First time was a majority decision loss. This time she gets stopped. The corner Hughes threw in the towel. Hughes also deducted 1 point in round 5 for the constant holding. Where does Shanika go from here? That was not entertaining. I mean, look, she got the knockout, but it didn't really grab my attention. I watched it because I'm in front of the television, but I'm doing things on my phone. I'm checking the computer, and it was, bro, I should have been focused, right? We're talking about 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30, maybe 5 in the morning. I'm watching this thing. Yeah, they didn't do it for me, but this is women's boxing. Maybe you have a different angle.
I definitely got a different angle on this one. That's number one. Number two.
Remember
Yeah.
because you're low.
So this fight and the entire card, as I mentioned before, it should have been in the UK, so that way it could have gotten better television time, better exposure. Shanika Johnson versus Nina Hughes. I thought, see, the thing about women's boxing, you're not going to see a lot of knockouts and stoppages, right? No matter how much we clamor for them, it's not going to happen. But, in all boxing, I think we like to see, a fair amount of violence. So what we saw in that fight, we saw Shanika Johnson use that powerful jab to bully Hughes around. Hughes was already at a disadvantage, height, reach, size disadvantage. And the only thing that could have helped her is much better movement, the type of movement that Ellie Scottney was able to use to dethrone Shanika Johnson at super bantamweight. People don't understand. Shanika Johnson is a former super bantamweight champion. She had a belt at 122. So not only does she have the experience of fighting a champion, a previous champion in Scottney, that's what I think helped her in the first fight. And in the second fight, she had Nina Hughes figured out. She said her arms are too short to box with me. As long as I can keep her in front of the jab and even fake her with the jab and just mow her down with a straight right. That's pretty much what happened. And then the damage to Hughes's nose is what caused the TKO. Couldn't see her. Well, no, they said it was a clash of heads, but it was, the punches that just kept making it worse and worse and worse. So I think it was a fair stoppage. Now, where does Johnson go from here? Battle of the ponytails. It's got to be Shanika Johnson versus Sharetta Metcalf. And when you hear those names, you would immediately think this is two black women. But no, Shanika Johnson is, of course, Aussie, and Sharetta Metcalf is out of Dallas, Texas. So Johnson, she has the WBA. Metcalf has the IBF. They've been flirting around with the idea of Ebony Bridges coming out of whatever she's doing and facing Metcalf, but that isn't real. That will be a good fight. And what I hope they don't do is skip over my girl Metcalf and all of a sudden bring so there's some things that could happen, but I think this is a solid win for Johnson, and I think it only creates more opportunities in the bantamweight division. Bantamweight's kind of crowded, and now you get to make a unification since my girl Dina Thorslund out in Denmark is holding up the rest of the title. So I think it needs to be a unification, but don't be surprised if the powers that be shoehorn Ebony Bridges into a match with Shanika Johnson.
I did hear them talking in the post fight about, Sharetta Metcalf and how they think Lou DiBella will be open to that, and I do too, right? Like Lou needs to get Sharetta active, and I haven't seen her since the last time we seen her. I don't
Lou
even
is
know.
so dirty. Lou is so dirty. He done gave Mio Yoshida a fight in Newark before he gave the champ a fight anywhere.
Yeah, I don't get that, man. That's like, Lubin, he beat Ramos, and Ramos has 2 comeback fights already. So it's like Lubin ain't even get active yet, but Ramos got 2 comeback fights. I'm like, what's going on?
It's crazy out here.
Yes, it is. But moving on. We got, let's see, up next, Sky Nicholson, Tiara Brown, man. We talked about this a little bit yesterday throughout the live fight chat for Sebastian Fondora, as people were calling in, asking our thoughts. I just thought that, it would have been an unfortunate situation had Sky got that decision for, just overly using her right hand. She's a one-handed bandit, and Tiara Brown took advantage of that. I hear people saying that Tiara was inaccurate. I would take the inaccuracy of Tiara and over the one hand of Sky. Because at least if Tiara isn't accurate, she's landing on the shoulder, she's landing on the arm, she's landing in the face, she's landing into the body, to the hip, to the guard. Like, whereas Sky was one hand, and I'm just glad that we're not sitting here on a Sunday talking about hometown cooking.
Yeah, I honestly am very happy that Brown got the decision.
Can't forget, champ. There you go.
I'm happy Brown got the. I'm trying to multitask over here. I haven't got my morning medicine yet, but we're working on it. I think it would have been a shame, and we kind of needed this, because what happens is we got to see where Sky Nicholson is really at. Now, mind you, the skills are there, but as I famously called her, she is $1 million Nepo baby. And a lot of people think that she benefited from selective matchmaking and maybe had it benefited from fighting the type of opponent. Now, that doesn't diminish Tiara Brown. She is who she is. Tiara Brown's been calling out Amanda Serrano at a point to where their friendship, begin to distance. So this has a lot more to do with Brown being qualified to being an exceptional fighter, and now getting her turn in the spotlight. And now Nicholson proving that she wasn't given all these opportunities, that she did earn something. So to see her bounce back will be pretty, it's nice to watch. If somehow she disappears and goes the way of, with all due respect, Ramla Ali, then we would, figure out that this was kind of like a favor. This was a showcase of somebody that, that they cared about more so than this was a fighter that was willing to lick their wounds and get back out there and scrap again. So I'm interested to see how Nicholson handles the loss, and I'm also to see how the rest of the featherweight division shapes out. Really, the only featherweight belt that Serrano has right now is the WBO. So you're talking about Nina Mankey. Nina Mankey's the IBF champ. I mentioned it last night. She is only doing 12-by-3s in Germany. And that's not my word. That's pretty much the way she's been doing it. She, just like Serrano has been demanding it, Nina Mankey is demanding 12-by-3. She won her title in the 12-by-3. Her next title defense is going to be a 12-by-3. So I think if anyone interested in that particular belt, you're gonna have to do a 12-by-3 with Nina the Brave.
Well, moving on, but congratulations to Tiara Brown. She becomes a WBC champ, something that she's been trying to do for a long time. I think she's 37 years old, was also an underdog, and went on the road to get this belt. So shout out to her. Also, shout out to OTX that without them, she would have never gotten this shot. OTX has come into the game, and they're giving the underdog the backing necessary to get in these big fights. And also, they made that stream with Tiara and Sky. I think that was free, or maybe it was their own OTX card in San Diego, as they didn't have the promoter rights to this. But I know that yesterday's OTX was free everywhere. Even on your DAZN, it said free fight. So shout out to OTX, man, trying to spread the word of the good old book sale.
One more thing about Tiara Brown. I think she's the type of fighter that has the audacity to move up. If Bumgarner is, and I right on time, we got a Bumgarner security. Right on time. If Tiara Brown is audacious enough and Bumgarner allows the opportunity to defend at 130, I wouldn't mind seeing Tiara Brown versus Alicia Bumgarner.
I mean, maybe they could do something. Obviously, that's too. How should I phrase this? Too. Younger promoters, let's say, right? You got Jake and OTX, so innovative, know how to deal with social media. It could potentially be a big fight for Alicia, but it's got to be a big fight for Alicia and Jake, because it's like I was telling Tone, you yesterday, bro. She's now in position. The name don't really matter. Like, look at Shadeja. It didn't matter. Watpool is famous because of Shadeja. It don't matter who you fight now, because you got the 30,000 people there. Regardless that they're there to see Jake, they're going to see you. You got the millions tuned in. Regardless that they're going to see Jake, they're going to see you. And I hate to always bring it up, but like it's a lesson for fighters, like Shadeja said, that she had to experience it to be able to go through that. Fighting in front of 30 and 40,000 people isn't something just anyone can do. But I say all that to say that, Bumgarner has to feel that's a big fight. I will say this. Regardless of how good Tiara looked, she's 37. And she's just getting to where Bumgarner's been. So easy pickings, in my opinion. I know I picked Tiara Brown to beat Sky. But, I don't do early predictions. But, yeah, Bumgarner all day. But, Tone, good morning. What up?
Good morning. I don't know about Tiara Brown. That's the police, man. I don't know about the police fighting Alicia Bumgarner, man. I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to that woman, man. She's not only boxes, but she's Fort Myers police. And I don't even know how she pulls that off. Like, think about that logistically. She's a police officer in Fort Myers, but trains in D.C. with Ernesto Rodriguez, who was the former trainer of Jared Hurd. So I don't know. Does he relocate? He texted me this morning. I should text him because I obviously congratulate him.
The department probably help her out, man. They probably, give her a little bit of, leave time, give her a little special assignment, give her a little this, give her a little that. You'd be surprised how both the fire department and police departments locally, they support PAL athletics, and that sort of thing. So I think Tiara Brown also has a history with that, as far as in the community. So sometimes they can put you on an assignment that have you maneuvering around a little bit, then bring you back to traffic duty. You know what I mean? So you still an officer. Put you on highway patrol. Like,
facts. Where does Sky go from here?
Rebuild, man. She's got to rebuild. You know what? I think I mentioned Ramla Ali. It really doesn't.
Wait, wasn't Ramla 54?
No, Ramla was 122 actually.
Oh, that's the one that's trained by Manny. She don't want that smoke. She don't want that smoke. I mean, wasn't it Manny's fighter that just was in a controversial fight last night?
No. You thinking
Yeah, man, Robles. Robles was in somebody's corner last night. I'm like, oh look, he with Robles. Who the fuck was it?
Ooh, Artiga? No, I'm talking Ramla Ali, the girl from London.
Bruh, she's trained by Manny Robles. Boom, boom. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, okay. But she ain't been trained since she had a title bout. They let her get a crack at the title, and she fell short.
But
and,
then she came back and got it. What you mean? She beat Guzman.
Yeah, but then she had a title shot after that, and she lost. And ever since then, she's been looking beautiful on the cover of Vogue in London.
But wasn't she a 54? Man, maybe I'm confusing with Jonas.
She was 122. You're definitely thinking Jonas. Jonas was 54, then she came down to 47. Ramla Ali's been at 122. But again, for Sky Nicholson, I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent, and I'm not sure if she wants to jump right into a title fight. Because again, Amanda Serrano's got the WBO, Nina Mankey's doing 12x3s, and then there's Tiara Brown. So off the top of my head, I think just a bounce back fight, not in Australia, in the UK. Her versus bring Ramla Ali up a division, and they just get a nice scrap, fill yourself out, and move on from there.
Oh, I think Manny was in Shramm's corner.
Last night on the on
the
Pro Box card.
Yeah. He was in Shramm's corner. But moving on, because we got hella shit. We got George, the return of George. He took on Jake Wiley. I think Jake Wiley did good enough in the odds of Matchroom that he got a deal, right? Did I hear that right? Did anybody else hear that? Did Eddie offer him a contract?
Oh, yeah. They about to sacrifice him to Tito Mercado.
Nah, man. We don't want that. We want Jermaine. We want Jermaine, man. His father said, tell Jermaine, stop that talking shit. If he want his lawyer number, let him know. And we going to get Jermaine on the show, too. We going to go ahead and make that fight, man. Give me Jermaine, man.
I like
that one. Yeah. He was offered a deal by Eddie, though. Eddie's hyped. He about to be sacrificed to somebody.
Meanwhile, Cambosos going to be sacrificed to Hitchens.
Yeah. I seen an interview where Eddie was saying that Australian boxing pay is so low, they forced to get on that world level fast or they can't eat out there. He like, bro, if I was paying them what people paying them, our company would be worth so much more because of what they saving in pay, in fighter pay.
Speaking of pay, first time I was on TBV out in Vegas, I was talking to you and Danny, and I was like, I was super uneducated, and I was like, man, all these fighters getting millions, and y'all was like, hell no.
Hell no.
Y'all was like, hell no. And then now the TKO shit came out. Is fighters getting more money than what was posted by the Turkey Al-Sheikh in them, or was that right on average?
That's on average too, bro. Let me pull up that article.
What is these niggas talking about? Oh my God, look at the pay. Oh, that's what your fighters getting, niggas. Wake up.
It all depends. So I don't know where's that article so that I could pull it up. Because they got so much shit on
do your thing.
They got so much on BoxRec, bro. It's crazy. That shit done got buried, that article. What was the name of that article, too? It was like Turkey Al-Sheikh or TKO.
Yeah, TKO pay scale.
Man, this shit done been buried, bro. I don't know. Somebody tag me, man. But like that, I feel like that pay is on par with Top Rank for sure.
I think so too, man. Remember, I mentioned that. I said I don't so much umbrage with these pay scales. Let me tell you something. It's niggas fighting at the Knights of Columbus for $1,200, man. It's niggas that's paying their opponent 10, 15, 20,000, and then they're fighting for the gate. Like, boxing is a dirty business. So you people that don't understand that a fighter, getting 20,000 50,000, 100,000 as a beginner, as a novice, with no record of being on any world class level, to make a dime off a fight, period, you fucking winning. So I'm not saying whore yourself out. Shout out to Gabe Rosado. Can't be a hoe for the money, right? But you do have to understand that there's an entry level. You know what I mean? And you have to work your way and market yourself, and then retain your value, and then you build on that. You don't just come in and balk at somebody offering you 20,000 because you think you more. You ain't fought nobody in a fucking gymnasium, and you want 20,000 for what? It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, so I found it, and yeah, this is on par with prospects, bro. And like, let's say this is on par with like Pro Box, bro. Like, Pro Box ain't paying you more than this. I highly doubt that, bro. Like, let's be real. 20,000 for a 10-round bout for unranked fighter. First of all, boxing don't even do that. You ain't getting no 10-rounder for no. Like, this stupid. First of all, you notice they own league. Like, how you in a 10-rounder but you not ranked? That don't even work that way. You can't even fight a 10. Like, there's not fighters fighting just 10-rounders for no reason. Like, you gotta be ranked. I don't know, but let's assume you not ranked and somehow you fighting 10. Like, first of all, as a fighter, why would you be fighting 10-rounders not being ranked? But whatever.
I'm about to break it down to you. I'm gonna break it down to you because this is their science. This is why you're gonna see TKO, Turkey, and Dana White, right? Now, if Top Rank stopped dealing with ESPN, we know ESPN has been invested, or at least appears to be invested, in UFC. Dana White's model with the whole the Ultimate Fighter, that's how they typically build their next UFC guy. If they don't get him, gone are the days of the Kimbo Slice and the Jorge Masvidal, the street fighters. A lot of the fighters that the UFC has are in-house built, similar to what Top Rank has been doing. But since Top Rank, whatever, I think Turkey is going to entrust Dana with building some of these fighters into names like within their own ecosystem, if you almost like TBV and Border Wars. You know what I mean? So they're going to have their internal rankings.
And I agree because, they said they have a 5-year plan. I just, again, we got fighters that are getting paid what they're getting paid on this leaked pay scale, but only to a certain extent. Like, for instance, 50,000 when ranked by the company at number 5 through number 10, that's questionable. Like, maybe on the low end of 10, but if you top 5, that's crazy. You only getting 50. Look, number 3 to 4, you only getting 125. So,
is that within their ranking system?
And,
like
and look, hypothetically, let's say this one is right when challenging for a company championship. So, okay, let's say Keyshawn got 375 going to fight Baranchek, but Baranchek got over $1 million or $1 million, and now Keyshawn is getting $1 million as a champion, but this guy as a defending champion is only doing 750. Like, most boxers getting $1 million after they a champ. It depends on the weight class, obviously, but most boxers getting $1 million after they a champ, bro. And look at Berlanga. You talking about rankings? Berlanga ain't no goddamn champ, and we know he making like $3 million.
But they're factoring different things into that. You know what I'm saying? I think these guys are looking at paying the fighter just for literally coming in and being the fighter. So you Jimmy fighter, you come in the house, Jimmy fighter versus Joe fighter. And all week long, all month long, you're going to be learning about Jimmy and Joe fighter. You're going to see the vignettes, and you may get hyped for Jimmy and Joe fighter in the main event until, and they're going to move through that ranking system, move through that pay scale system, I think, until they're ready to jump out into what we would consider the majors. You know what I mean? WBC, WBA, IBF,
Now, look, if this is right, because we don't know that this is right, we don't know that this is right. This is allegedly a top-ranked payout. We don't know that this is right. Giovanni, I'm going to say this ain't right unless this was the actual Giovanni versus Brian Norman fight. And then I could see Giovanni getting more than Norman. But if this is after the Norman fight, impossible. Richard Torres, highly doubt he's making $50K. I want to say
You think
slightly.
he making more?
I think he's a heavyweight, and he's an Olympian. Two-time, ain't he two-time? Then he get dropped by the same dude twice? Then he go back twice? The fuck? Y'all be disrespectful, bro. He's an Olympian.
But it's top ranked, though. How much does top rank value that? You and I value that.
I mean, look, this is Emiliano, son of a legend with a decorated amateur. They saying 15,000. That's on par, in my opinion. He's not ranked. He don't got no straps, not even regionals.
Well, what Richie got? That he deserves
and
more
and
than
look,
50,
they was paying Allen 10. I don't even know, bro. I don't know if I could believe this, bro. How you giving son of a legend 15, but Allen Garcia, before he got knocked out, was making 10? Chacho, that's good money for him then. But you see, these are on track with the TKO pay scale. Only the first one, 20,000, which isn't on track because they doing 10 rounders. Emiliano's making 15. He ain't in no 10 rounder. Allen made 10. He ain't in no 10 rounder. You know? And if you go back to that, Brian Norman fought for a regional. That wasn't an interim. That was a regional. Some sort of WBO something. I highly doubt that was an interim that Giovanni had. So he made 100,000 for that. And he's a ranked fighter. You know, and I don't know that he was ranked. Maybe he was ranked top 3 because he got the belt somehow. Which, if you compare this top 3, it is on par. Number 3 to number 4, 125.
Now, Ness, think about this, and it's all hypothetical, right? But you see, Navarrete got an M. Suppose they had.
Well, he's a champ,
up.
though. Remember, he was the champ, but division below, and that's what I say. That's typically normal. Once you're a full champion defending, you making over $1 million. I mean, look at what Sampson said yesterday. He always putting poor Benvidez in a chokehold, right? He said they gonna strip him because Bivol only made $2 million on paper. We made $4 million on paper. On paper, he said, not even on paper. Let me use Sampson's word. Bivol only declared to the IRS. He didn't put the IRS, but when he say declare, who you declaring it to, I mean?
United States of America.
Okay. So he said Bivol only declared $2 million and Benvidez declared $4 million. So he believes the WBC going to strip because it's just more money in the sanctioning fee. He said, that's another thing he said. He said, we paid 1% on $4 million. So, you know, he don't think WBC going to do him wrong. Sampson is, that is. But just goes to show, a couple days ago, he was saying that Benvidez makes $5 million.
But check this out, too, though.
Go ahead.
I'm going to let you go, Tone, but I'm thinking about this with Navarrete. You know, suppose he was supposed to get and they had to give him a little more so they can give him that put the Twinkie down, put the cerveza down, and get the fuck up off the couch money. So they had to short everybody. And that's the difference, I think, that maybe, you know, if in fact what TKO is doing is maybe going to be less wiggle room for, I got to rob Peter to pay Paul. Maybe.
I got that wrong earlier. Manny Robles was in Terrell Gushet's corner. And it showed, bro. Homie looked good last night. Shout out to Garcia, though. I don't think robbery. I think Garcia certainly was outworking Gushet at times, but we'll get to that. I got Cam, $10. Salute to the panel. Ness, drop the link for the push-up app and the step challenge. I would like to join. You got it, champ. Let me know if the push-up challenge needs to be refreshed. Because I haven't created a new challenge. I don't know if that one just dies. But, yeah, we still at it for sure.
So, basically, like, let's say a fighter like Charles Conwell, right? Charles Conwell was not mentioned last night at all, which was disgusting. At 154, his name wasn't brought up at all. Why wouldn't he benefit from joining this league, knowing that he's going to be active, getting guaranteed pay?
Well, because for starters, here's the killer for that. For starters, Charles Conwell was just offered $300,000 on 2 separate occasions for 2 separate fights. Now,
Wow.
remember, one of those was Boots for a title shot, which is, again, right on par with the TKO League. They say 375 when challenging for a title. They was giving him like 300, 350 for challenging for the Boots title. But once you win that belt, you know you on a different pay scale. But again, he's already being offered more than that on numerous fights. So that means he's already, if he getting offered $300,000 for a title shot, homie probably getting, 150, 175, 200 for a regular fight.
You think Oscar giving my man Charles Conwell that 150 bands?
At least, why not? Yeah, man. I mean, listen, if you don't pay him that, someone else is paying him that, and now he's Virgil's mandatory. Oscar's playing chess, not checkers, man.
But Oscar,
He's keeping Virgil. He's keeping Conwell away from Virgil, and if that means signing him and giving him other fights, that's what it's gonna be. I'm not saying he thinks Conwell beats him, but again, it's a tough fight to do as a mandatory for no money with a dude that got a body and could get another one. So why not sign him? You heard that shit. Can't beat him, join him.
Yeah.
We sign him and we feed him other people until we ready.
Yeah.
He said Conwell getting 50K, Talk Trend says. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that.
I was gonna say 100. I don't know.
I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that.
I think he's getting 100, Ness.
All right.
Maybe 100. I don't know about that 150.
So if you say you my man Robbie Merriweather Jr., say you my Dominican brother, Jersey Vargas, say you the other dude, John Brown from Mayweather Promotions, like you wouldn't benefit joining this league, moving up the rankings and getting that kind of promotion? Like essentially you're gonna be getting more promotion than Shakur.
So check it out. On ESPN, who we all trust, the fight would have paid Conwell $80,000 against an easier opponent, Mark DeLuca. Now, this is a fight that he didn't take on Triller, bro. $80,000 versus an easier opponent. But Conwell getting 50. Sure. And again, they offered him $300 for Ennis, but Conwell getting 50. Sure. Let's keep Googling, though, because I'm going to find more. But let me screen share this one to start with.
Pull out Bandit. You got to think Dana White is not involved in them Riad season fights, bro. We not going to act like Dana White don't know how to promote.
Look, even the Ivan Goldberg fight would have paid him $40,000. Just saying. This is what they offer him. These are contracts that's being leaked. This is his old manager at the time, McWaters, who also managed Tio at the time.
What Abdullah Mesa getting?
Look, let's go right here. Let's go right here to this part of the article. It says that meant Conwell missed out on a potential payday of $120 million from both fights. 120,000, excuse me. But here goes proof to you, Talk Trends. Proof to you. He's earned $8,000 for untelevised fights. And this is old. This is not now with Golden Boy. This is his old contract when he was with Lou and he was with what's my man's name? I said McWaters. You know. But so that's earlier in his career, not all the way now where he's at. Remember, he won a silver belt. He's highly ranked. I mean, where is Conwell? I mean, we way off topic. We got so many other fights to discuss, but just to close it out, I'm checking the Conwell rankings at 54. Looks like he is top 10 in the ring, number 8, number 3 in the WBC, 14 in the IBF, 2 in the WBO. So yeah, man, no way that kid getting 50,000, but whatever. We got sidetracked. We're going to get back to it. We wrapped up on the Cambosos card. We can move on to the Fondora card. And we're going to have to start. Well, we did get to see the Jersey Vargas knockout highlight reel, courtesy of Premier Boxing Champions social media. Same for Joseph Brown. Those fights were not televised. The fights that we did get to see were Elijah Garcia and Terrell Gushet. Obviously, Gushet did very good. Definitely took advantage of the southpaw orthodox, letting his right hand go numerous times throughout that fight. If I had to give a reason why I believe the judges didn't give him the nod, it's inactivity or being outworked. I feel like Elijah Garcia outworked Terrell Gushet. He just let his hands go more. He was always coming forward. Now, I get it. Some people are going to say they like the counter shots of Gushet. But again, that activity, that output, I think that's what did him in ultimately.
I mean, I'm from Arizona. I thought homeboy was robbed. He did have a lot of work weight, but Gushet landed the more effective punches. If you were a casual watching that fight, you would leave that fight saying that Garcia got whooped.
Yeah, and see, that's where I was going with it, man. Gushet, he landed the cleaner, more effective. Sometimes work rate and activity. We'll talk about it more in the controversial Ortega versus Chavez fight if you guys went back and watched it. But sometimes I think you really got to just watch it close enough. Now, people, the counter punching, that's like you mentioned too. People are going to perceive that counter punching as being inactive, and that's not always the way to look at it. But there's a moment in time to where, people, I guess the judgment is the person's not doing nothing. You got somebody throwing a 1-2 that appears like pressure. It ain't always that. And, it's definitely one of those things where it depends on what you like. But I liked what Gushet did a bit more than what Garcia did. I thought Garcia, he got to learn how to, settle down a bit and maybe have a little bit more patience, that because just being active isn't going to be, for me, the thing that's going to bring you to that championship level. Gushet has already been there, and Garcia's trying to get there. You don't elevate Garcia by robbing Gushet. That's not fair.
I bet you Moses Atama ain't getting no 50,000 like allegedly Richard Torres is, which I don't believe.
But Moses is different. They talking about Moses in the same breath as Mike Tyson, just as far as the age and ascending through the heavyweight ranks, and they're comparing him to this one and that one. So shout out to Richie.
I mean, but
like
who's
Richie.
more marketable? Let's be real. Richard Torres is more marketable, and I think he's proven that.
I think they're on opposite ends of the same spectrum. I think Moses Ayatoma being younger, he's in the UK. He's, as visible to them as Richie is to us.
Well, moving on. Jesus Ramos, Guido Emmanuel Shramm. He seemed to be undersized, but I checked his box rec. He legitimate was in the right division. He just was a small guy. Ultimately, the body work of Jesus Ramos and the output did him in. Thank God for the stoppage from the ref because I was starting to get bored of Jesus just punch him in the face. This guy was pretty durable. Like, he had to be saved from himself. So, again, shout out to the ref for stepping in. But Jesus, dominated. Not much you can say. This guy wasn't on his level at all.
Ramos activity. He fought a couple times, so he getting his bag up. Yeah, Ramos looked nice, man. I don't know if he's gonna be a problem at 154. I don't know if he would be a champion. We'll see. But yeah, man, Ramos was cooking, man. Salute Ramos, man. Big AZ.
Yo, salute Ramos. I thought about something. It was way after the fact. We already talked about him not being doesn't make sense for Bakram to fight him. Lubin already beat him. Ramos is gonna get over being an exciting fighter more so than being a world title challenger. I think the way the division is structured now, best case, worst case scenario, if PBC is going to continue to hide Fondora from Bakram and Earl Spence isn't ready for that, which I don't agree with. But I think we'll end up seeing Ramos and Fondora. But Fondora may duck that.
Lord champ.
Damn, why you think that, champ?
Yo, Fondora's been pretty elusive, man. He's been pretty elusive, like I just said, man. Or maybe I said it this morning on IG. Fondora has been selectively politicking through this division, man. And it is a difference between being a champ and calling your shots versus like, motherfucker ain't even saying no. He's just shaking his head like, Like, come on, man. I don't like that shit. I don't like it.
Are they from the PBC train? I mean, there was a lot of high-ranking PBC members with Fondora last night. The Watson brothers, Sam Watson, Louis DeCubas was back there. Fondora might be the new PBC darling, man.
Listen, if you package him and Benvidez together, it's not bad.
They got to take what they got too.
Yeah. I was like, wow, they really pushing Fondora. Kind of disgusting how they was gussing what's his name, Xander Zayas. Like Xander Zayas pulled up to the fight, pulled up to the post press conference. And I don't think Samson said he had a good relationship with Top Rank, but I don't think that's going to be next, bro.
Why not?
And that's what I'm saying. I didn't even mention Xander. Go ahead. Another. You don't want none. Fuck out.
Why not? Why wouldn't he fight Xander? Xander's his. I watched the post-fight press conference. Xander's gonna be his mandatory. Xander's shorter than him. Xander's Puerto Rican, which is obviously marketable. He's inexperienced. He's only fought one former world champion in Patrick Teixeira. Why do you guys think that Fondora would duck the smoke with Xander when he's already gotten knocked out to Mendoza? He fought and beat Tim Tszyu. He stopped Cordell Booker. I'm pretty sure he really did a number on Lubin, right? I gotta pull up.
No, they did. No. They did a number on each other. Let's not do revisionists. They did a number on each other.
I thought Lubin's face looked crazier.
He looked at crazier, but both these motherfuckers was putting in work on each other, and that's what made it a magical fight.
Who took more time off though?
Or who was being sidestepped even though he got rocked like that? Was it that? Because Lubin's been trying to fight his way back through eliminators. He wasn't necessarily taking no time off. He was putting time out. So Fondora was taking time off, selectively politicking. That's who was taking time off. Lubin's still in the fucking eliminator.
Yeah, that's like his issue though, right? Like he's in that contract that they treating him weird over there. Nobody knows why Lubin's had so many goddamn eliminators in his career. We don't know. We don't know why.
Tone, you tell me why. Don't let me bring all of y'all the vitriol, if you will. Maybe there's another maybe there's another perspective you can offer. You tell me.
What? Why Lubin ain't fighting?
No. Why Fondora is ready to take the Zayas fight? He wouldn't duck that, right?
he don't.
Hermano.
He don't want that fight, man. He don't want that fight. And would PBC risk a belt going into Top Rank's hands?
Bro, what you gonna do?
mean,
Drop the WBO? Like, remember, the WBO has a long-lasting relationship with Top Rank. You can't just duck Xander Zayas. What are y'all talking about?
I could see him doing some Riddick bullshit. I could see him doing like, oh no, we vacated it because we couldn't get ready on time and we were looking at a big match and Sam, you don't think Samson would come on here and spin that shit? So they was waiting on the Earl Spence fight.
Yeah, they about to drop. I didn't know that is the Top Rank belt. Yeah, Xander about to be fighting in for a vacant title. He ain't about to be fighting. Yeah, they about to drop that WBO. Get that up out of here.
That's unless you got a reason why the fight happens.
Yeah, because Xander's the fucking champ. I mean, the mandatory and Sebastian is the champ.
Okay.
I mean,
just that
they both like Xander has the back in the Riad for starters.
All right. I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong. I love being wrong.
They gonna go.
Yo, so Tiara does live in Fort Myers, but comes down to Maryland and stays with her trainer at his house with his family, and then they leave from Maryland to the fight site. So shout out to that woman, and shout out to Fort Myers Police Department that at least allows her to take off that camp time, unless she's taking it, non-paid, which would be nasty work. But yeah, man, crazy.
Respect to the laws if they doing that.
Say again?
I said respect to the laws if they doing that.
Yeah, man. Reggie Smith, welcome to the prospect level. I got Chico. What's up with this? Let me refresh, bro. Apologies. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
So is it most likely Fondora goes the Bakram route with a super unification?
I mean, didn't he call him out? I felt like he did call him out. And again, that's more Riad money, but you see what Riad offered him, $1.5 million to fight Virgil. Hopefully they keep him on that same budget for the Fundora fight. But you see what I'm saying? Like in boxing, you known to get a milli, bruh, for a title fight. This a unification, and look at Bakram. He was ready to take 1.5 to fight Virgil. Brian Norman was getting 1.7 to fight Boots in a unification. Virgil ain't a unification though. That was an interim title. So.
Why would this be Riad season when ain't Bakram PBC somehow?
He's main events. I think PBC has an option, but remember his last fight that just got I guess reported is the right word to use, was the Riad season. Ring Magazine offered to fight Virgil of 1.5 million, and Virgil said no because of his hand.
But I don't think they would. I don't think Turkey would be like, yo, let me get Fondora Bakram over at Riad season. I think that would be
Virgil's injured. Virgil's injured and recovering from a hand injury. So you got to use the players that are available to you. Chico, $2. Say again.
Where does Jamel Charlo fall into this place?
I don't know. Till he come back. Till he come back, he not even here.
That's the fight that they use to swerve everybody else. Either, you know what I'm saying? They said, no, we vacated because we was waiting for Charlo, and he's the lineal ring lineal champ, so, selective politicking, man.
Yep.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I don't think Jamel getting one of them titles, man. That's an Al Heyman guy, an Al Heyman legacy guy. Jamel gonna get a shot at one of them titles that's on that side of the street, respectfully.
I don't know when. Homie ain't been back in a minute.
Canelo money good than a motherfucker.
Yeah, he said he ain't touched the money. Somebody hit him. He was like, I ain't touched this money yet. I said, damn.
I mean, that's how it should be. He been making plenty money. He had plenty cars, plenty. Like, you got to understand, bruh. Let's say you make $10 million and you ball out. You get everything you wanted. You buy the big house, now you got to, let's put $2.5 million house, And let's be real. Let's use Berlanga for this example. Berlanga didn't move to Florida and buy a $2.5 million house. I'm not saying he couldn't. I just don't think you need to when Florida gives you so much square footage for your dollar. So let's keep Berlanga at, $1.5 million and lower for the house that he bought. Right?
Right.
Dude been getting money, so he been had a car. So he didn't spend money on a new car. It's like even before the Canelo fight, remember, he got like 1.7 to fight McCory. So house and car he been already had. Jewelry he already had. Like, do you really think he touched the Canelo money? On what?
No, I don't. Unless he about to start dropping them exquisite vacation pics.
Still though, like a vacation on they level is 10 grand.
Yeah. Even if you brought people with you, say 20.
Yeah, you brought a couple people with you. You spent 20. Now let's say you really balling and you took everybody to fucking where's that place they made couples retreat?
Turks and Caicos.
It's not that one, but whatever. Let's say you went there where the fucking room is like $2,500 a night. Then okay, maybe you spending some bread. Maybe you spend a little bit of a 30 piece. Now that would be stupid for starters. You better be doing them $2,500 a room a night for like 2 nights, and then go sit your ass in a regular room. Because what is the point? But again, that would still be for him and his wife to be in a hotel that's $2,500 a night. Not him and his boys, not him and the entourage. So I just don't see these dudes spending money like that when they been like a Charlo been making money. Like, think about David, who you know. David was 21 with a Lambo. That's a $500,000 car. So do you spend a $500,000 if you ain't got a $500,000 house? Do you buy a $500,000 car? Of course he got the fucking house, bro. He been had the house. Now these checks for David is more like, what do I buy? Where do I invest? Do I get more properties to flip or to rent out? Like, he's already spent money on the jewelry and the cars. Like, and remember, a lot of these jewelers upgrade. So it's like, you take back the chain you bought. You get the whole value for that chain and you add money to that to get the next bigger chain. Like, and again, like, these dudes ain't even rappers in any way. Like, I don't know why they be having so many goddamn chains.
Nah, but remember, they give you spend something, they give you a little something like, you know what, here, look, take this and wear this one, you know what I'm saying? This one don't cost as much as the one you paid for, but you can rock this and tell them to come holler at me. Tell your people come holler at me. You know how it go.
Yeah. Your man Berlanga, he blowing through his money though. He definitely needs fights.
Okay, what he blowing it on? Tell us what you seen him splurging on.
That man in the $1 million oxtail jackets. Just got that brand new Rolex with the ombre edition. That chain.
That's an investment. Floyd told you that. That's an investment. A Rolex watches is an investment. They don't depreciate. You know.
Tone, you out here saying that Berlanga out here like Lil Meech.
Yeah.
$10,000 jeans and shit.
I ain't seen no $10,000 jeans. You seen that? Is he telling the truth?
Look at that outfit. Look at the outfit he got on IG, the money outfit. That's an expensive outfit right there.
How expensive? Since you know fashion, I don't.
Band bands.
This is what boxing come to, man. We out here pocket watching on the clothes. We down to the jeans now.
There ain't nothing different. We do it in the NBA, NFL. We pocket.
What? Because he got on some leather? He spent money?
Bro, I bet you they cut that.
And that's why they hate him, bro, because he keep it so thorough. He still got them fucking Timbs on. Shout out to the Tri-State, man. What?
Man. Look at that.
Killing it, yo. He got the Timbs on with a button up. He killing it.
Hey, man. Look at that watch. Look at that light fixture right there.
Them
you know that's
jeans
some money.
is hard. Them leather, huh?
Yeah.
They like leather or some shit. They look good.
Yeah. That nigga not vegan. He is not vegan at all. That nigga, look at this shit. Look at that house. That's not even an Airbnb.
Bruh, that's in Florida, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to know where to spend your money and how to spend. That's a rollie. That's not going to depreciate. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He went to Florida, no state tax. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you got to be intelligent with your moves, man. Got to be intelligent with the moves.
Talk Trend said that's $100,000 fit, and you know he bought about 9 of them fits. That nigga not vegan. He not vegan.
Dowie? Nah, he can't be that crazy. He can't be that crazy. He can't be that crazy.
Watch when the documentary come out, bro. Watch, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
He can't be that crazy. He can't be that crazy. $100,000 for a fucking outfit? You going? Hey, yo, Talk Trend said that's real Gator. He going to jail. He going bankrupt if he's spending $100,000 outfit. I got a $5 super chat from Chico. Johnny Beck had to split $350,000 purse bid and Brian Norman Jr. on the undercard defending his belt. They would get $750 as TKO champ. Well, those are good points. But remember, Brian Norman is on the undercard because he did hard negotiations. Brian Norman would have been in a damn near $2 million fight for unification. Johnny Beck, pretty much the same thing, right? Like, actually not the same thing. I don't know what's going on with him and how he keeps getting approved to fight these mandatories. These are the nastiest mandatories. But you got to understand, his purse is $350 because no one wanted it, champ. Right? Like, his promoter's network wasn't interested, and it went the purse bid. You see what I'm saying? So that fight, I don't even know where that shit took place. That shit it was like in his hometown. No one's interested. Johnny Beck is, unfortunately, that's his own fault. You feel me? He's not popular, man. Popularity matters.
That's what he get for being a fake boogeyman. The most anybody cared about him was when he fought Denzel Bentley.
Jaywalk, $2. Bakram sends Fondora to the Shadow Realm. Well, I ain't ready to get all crazy off Bakram yet. We need to, like, I'd like to, like, see some more. See some more on some Busta Rhymes shit. Give me some more. Yo, phone lines are open if you guys want to call in and talk weekend fights. Let me see there. Are we missing anything? We talked Fundora. What else they had this weekend? We did the Cambosos. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Jeremy Hill, who we interviewed, man, from New Orleans. You heard me? He got the upset win over Malik Montgomery, previously undefeated until last night, where Jeremy pitched a shutout. Kurt Scooby also picked up a win, but he's wilding. Like, did he really call out Shakur?
Yeah, Kurt Scooby did call out Shakur, absolutely.
Are you sure?
Well, he called out Shakur and a couple other names, but niggas picked Shakur's name because, he got the clout.
Because I'm not understanding. Did he mention Dakota Linga, who beat him? The fuck?
Dakota Linga, who is that?
The dude that beat him.
I
Like,
have
so
no
we
idea.
just walking away from that. See what I'm saying? Y'all pick and choose who got to get shit back in blood. Like, how does this dude just call out Shakur when I'm pretty sure I ain't Google it. I'm about to Google it because I don't want to look that dumb, but I'm going to move forward without Googling and say I'm pretty sure he lost to my man Dakota Linger from like Kansas, this white boy who beat him and Josue Vargas, and he got stopped by him. Yeah, and you about to call out Shakur and not get it back with this white boy who beat you? No. That's not how we doing it, and that's not how we about to let him do it. No. There go his fat loss right there by knockout to Dakota Linger, man. Like, I wonder, is he brothers with the girl Dakota Linger? Ain't an actress? Ain't that girl that played a vampire that named Dakota Linger too?
Bro,
This kid beat him, bro. Like, you
Oh,
can't
no.
get that off. And look, he been winning since he beat you, waiting for you to want your rematch. Just waiting.
Hey, Ness.
Yeah.
He hasn't
And
been,
he
he
beat
hasn't been
Josue
waiting.
Vargas, man. Nah,
hold
we
on,
not about to
listen.
do that shit.
Dakota
Look, no
hasn't
one
been
cares
waiting.
about that rematch, but everybody care about the Haney rematch. Get the fuck out of here. No. We have to get a Bivol trilogy and a Usyk trilogy with fucking Tyson and a Bivol Better Beef trilogy. And we had
Serrano
2 fights with
Taylor
AJ.
trilogy.
Did we have 3 fights with AJ and Usyk? Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. No. Get it back in blood like everybody else. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. We got to keep that same fucking energy, bro. You dudes are so unfair. It's like, nah, this dude gets a separate treatment than this dude. No. Everybody go down the same fucking road, man. No, man. Y'all
I
unfair.
agree, man. But Ness, if I walk outside right now and I ask somebody, you know who Curtis Scooby is, they gonna think we talking about Scooby snacks, respectfully.
And that's cool. That's cool. So then you got no right to call it out Shakur Stevenson for a fucking world title, man. If we don't know you and we gonna confuse you with a goddamn cartoon snack, yeah, nah, don't call out Shakur, man. Y'all make it okay. Oh no, he called out Shakur. He's got the mouse cloud. But what about the white boy that beat his ass? Ain't that a thing in the hood? You're not supposed to get beat up by a white boy? Now all of a sudden we just gonna brush it under the fucking rug. No, get it back. Can't run around here with all them goddamn muscles with that loss on your record. No. Go get that. Don't be calling out Shakur.
You know Shakur about to fight a UK guy, right? So
and
we
first
know that.
of all, let's stop making Shakur this prospect killer.
Why not?
Because y'all letting people duck him and then putting pressure on him to fight all the fucking algae eaters, bottom feeders.
I ain't no baby. I'm a killer.
We don't want no motherfucking algae eaters or bottom feeders. They at the bottom for a reason. When you get to the top with me, you talk to me. Stop calling me from down there, man. Shakur need PR, man. This shit ain't right what they doing to him. You got non-speaking English motherfuckers calling him out.
I ain't no baby.
Tattoos all in the forehead. Now you got dudes that's losing the Dakota Linger, Dakota Fanning's sister out this bitch. No. If somebody ain't gonna say something, you know I'ma fucking say something.
I mean, realistically, nobody's answered this question. Realistically, not fantasy. Who can Shakur fight next? Realistically.
Man, he with Riad. The world's his oyster.
That's what I was gonna say. Anybody that want to fight him. He can fight anybody that wants to fight him. Anybody that's not gonna make the excuse of I ain't fighting in front of that living room. I ain't fighting in front of no rich niggas. I ain't fighting. Gotta fly all the way over there. I ain't doing that. You gonna be the all of that. If you look at shit as an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody that has a similar experience of having joined the military and traveled the world. Maybe somebody that traveled the world for work as a truck driver. If you got any sort of balls, if you got the balls. How my man say to Scarface, like, yo, you gonna holler at Turk, holler at Shakur, especially if you think you actually have a problem with Shakur. If you think he's a runner, if you think you want to shut him down or shut him up, it's very easy. Go take the turkey bag.
But the thing is,
nah, this nasty work, bro. Nah, let me play this, bro. Nah, yo, See, because I watched the fight and I kept it moving, man. I'm trying to watch fights, not post fights.
So if he was here, you
David, Shakur, Stevenson, Giovanni, on all of them.
He said Shakur Stevens. They ain't even say his name right. Giovanni. Who is Giovanni Marquez? Okay, so that's what you do. You call out champs, then you call out a prospect at the end, so you really want the prospect. But no, you got to get it back with Dakota. Fuck all that.
So if he was here, you
David, Shakur, Stevenson, Giovanni, on all of them. It's time. I don't get paid. I don't get paid for overtime. I get paid by overtime.
Congratulations, School. Good victory. You heard him.
All money in.
So if he was here,
I'm good. Shout out to you, though. I'm not hating on you, champ. Just know that I'm not hating on you. It's just I'm trying to preach equality, man. And like Talk Trend said, man, Martin Luther King wouldn't like that shit, bro. He wouldn't like that shit.
He keeping it funky, though. He said he trying to get paid, man. He trying to get paid. So
Nah,
maybe he'll
man.
take a turkey bag. I don't know.
Nah,
No.
man. Go get
WBC
paid with
ranking-
Dakota. Go get paid with Dakota. Do that shit on Martin Luther King birthday, man. Get that shit back in blood, man. Do it on June 19th, man. Get that shit back in blood, man. Give me another date they could do it on. Fuck out of here. I ain't no hater. Oh, but Dev got to get it back in blood, huh? AJ had to fight Ruiz again, huh? AJ had to fight Usyk again. Tyson had to fight Usyk again. Like, come on. And Wilder again. Like, everybody got to get their rematch except certain people. That's not how we doing it. It's not how we doing it.
Bro, Shakur Stevenson, WBC 135 rankings. Tevin Farmer, number 2, he busy. Ricardo Nunez, I don't know who that is. My man Sam Noakes is in the gym with Sky. Frank Martin, that ain't happening. Joe Cordina, possible. Abdullah Mason, he already beat Artem. Baranchek probably retired.
You see what fight it is. We want Zepeda or Andy Cruz.
That's
Why you going
but I'm
so
saying.
far?
No, number 1.
Zepeda about to fight Farmer, the champion interim versus the Tevin Farmer rematch. We get the winner. If not, serve him up. Andy Cruz. Where we going? Why are you moving so far?
No, Zepeda is not going to fight Shakur Stevenson. He's already proven that.
Champ,
So
no, you wrong. I get your angle, but you got to understand. I'm gonna Google it for you. This is his 5th. With Tevin, is his 5th southpaw. Believe me, champ. Like, damn, you need more writing on the wall to see he was getting prepared for Tank, Shakur, even Loma. They all southpaws. Look, I'm gonna screen share this shit, bro. Southpaw, Mercito, Maxi, Giovanni, and Farmer. Now Farmer again. Of course he ready for Shakur and Tank. Of course.
Tone Stradamus, bro. I've been told y'all he about to bypass Shakur and fight Tank, bro. He ain't fighting Shakur, bro.
Why would I get a southpaw? I tell you that it's gonna be a southpaw champion. One of them 3.
Yes.
One of them 3.
Why?
If I'm Oscar, I'm trying to send Bob, a bouquet of indica. Know what I'm saying? Some edibles, couple pre-rolls. Take him out to dinner and try to do business with Bob so we could do Loma and Zepeda. Because if I'm Oscar, I don't want to put my guy in there with Tank or Shakur. We maximize Zepeda by getting him a world title. Now he gets an even bigger Mexican fan base. He beat a legend. So now he's the commodity. Yeah, Tank is the bag, but it's like, well, if Tank wants some legacy, this champion also beat Loma like Devin did. He got a bigger win than Shakur do. See what I'm saying? Same thing for Shakur. It's like, damn, he got a bigger win than me. I want to unify with him now. He beat the guy I wanted to fight. I want to unify with him now. So if I'm Oscar, I'm angling for that Loma fight. I'm somehow trying to get Bob to get a title shot with Zepeda. Whether they overpay Loma to do it, but that's what Oscar as a promoter needs to do. You got to position Zepeda so that when he go fight Tank or Shakur, it's a unification.
Mm. Yeah. So
That's
most
perfect world, though. You know, that's perfect world.
Andy Cruz, he's number 1 in the WBC, or my man Jadir Herrera, who's number 10. He's number 10 in WBC, bro.
That's low, though. That's what I'm saying. They still got time. They still got time. That's low. That's low. We could still wait them out, essentially.
Mm. I want to see Andy Cruz. It could be Sam Noakes, though. Don't sleep on Sam Noakes and Riad season. 16-0, 14 knockouts.
Possibly. I don't think I've ever seen that man fight, but if he's with Riad season, I could see it happening.
Facts. Tone Stradamus, B.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. Tevin might beat Zepeda too. Tevin will definitely fight Shakur. Definitely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I believe Tevin will. I got Chad in Canada. Chad, what? Yo, Chad. Because I think I feel like if I get to you, you won't hear what I'm about to say. I seen your interview. I mean, not your interview, your video. For starters, you look so much different than what your avatar leads to believe. You look so much younger in your video, so salute to you. You know, obviously you train your 2 boys as well, so salute. But, bro, you did it wrong. When you get on Amazon or ESPN, they have the same setup. When you get to those logos that show you the leagues, NFL, HFL, whatever the fuck the fells are, you keep scrolling to the right, you're going to see the boxing glove. You'll also see that shitty-ass MMA glove. You got to bypass that one. Look for the boxing glove. Once you click on that, you're going to get all the boxing. Just like that is ESPN. Scroll to that same little thing, and boom, you see the boxing glove, because I see that you said you had a hard time. Secondly, I don't know why your Amazon did that, but if the fight is actually live and you click sport at the top, it's going to show it in the first box. It did for me anyway. But I felt like your video was a video pre-fight trying to find it, and I also did that. But like I said, where you stopped, you was like, see, the guys, it's only NFL, HFL. You stopped. You had to keep scrolling to the right. Because, again, we are a stepchild. There's many, many other sports before us, both on Prime and ESPN. But we are on that league hypothetical wheel, so to speak, or scroll bar. We're there. You just got to keep going till you get to that boxing icon. But buenos dias.
Hey, good morning, guys. That was a good tutorial, Ness. I'm not at home right now, but I'll definitely try when I get back. And I mean, I felt like I looked through that part you're talking about right now with the different logos. I felt like I looked through it, but I'll go back home and I'll check and I'll follow up with you and let you know. But either way, it does seem like it's a bit of a secret, right? Like, I just expected to go on there and at some point see it in somewhat featured somewhere. You know, I think it's disappointing that they're on such a big platform with so many eyes, and really it's basically hidden, I guess, until it's live for the most part, or unless you're seeking it, which is disappointing to me. If I own PBC, I would want to know that I'm getting the full advantage, the benefit of millions of subscribers, especially when my fight is free to them. I would want people to be seeing it in the lead up to the fight, at least during fight week. But anyway, you're right. We're the stepchild. You're totally right. But just quickly, guys, you guys got me?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
All right, just need to make sure. Okay, so I went out last night. I missed the undercard, so I got home for the main event. So I know you guys. I don't know the politics of 154 very well. I'm going to be honest, and I know Fondora has been sort of controversial lately, especially after the Zoo fight. But all I can comment on is the fight I saw last night. And guys, he looked like a champion last night. I'm sorry, but he came like, how many champs or highly ranked, highly favored fighters do we watch who are supposed to be with these guys that they're going to blow out of there, and they go all 12 and barely get a decision? You know, like, he went in there and did exactly what he was supposed to do, and he looked like a champ. First round, he was dropping heavy shit on Booker. And after the fight, I see all kinds of people all over questioning Booker. Like, oh, Booker's plan was shit, man, on the back foot. And, oh, Booker ain't shit. He needs to do this and that. It's like, I'm sure Booker's plan was to go forward and was to do all kinds of great things. But did you not see the power that Fondora was dropping on him right off the first round? I mean, I felt like Booker did everything he could. I felt like he tried his best, but there was levels, man. There was levels. And I feel like before the fight, a lot of people were really rooting for Booker. I saw people saying 50-50. I saw people saying, oh, this is going to be a banana peel fight for Fondora. And Fondora went out there and answered those questions without a fucking doubt. So all I can say is I hope Fondora continues bringing that same energy to every fight he's in, because if he does, if he looks like he did last night, he's going to be a tough night for anybody. I don't care who they put in there with him. So on that note, I want to see champions defending their belt. I want to see them giving a variety of ranked fighters a chance. So guys like Cordell, they're part of that. So I don't like people saying, oh, that fight ain't shit, Booker ain't shit, and trying to talk it down. Well, would you rather him be inactive, like how many other fighters we know? Like, he's in there. If they can keep a mix of highly ranked guys and lower ranked guys and keep him active, Fondora was a nightmare for most guys.
But it's not your time.
That's what I saw. That's what I saw.
The issue is, you know, if you don't belong, you shouldn't be there. And again, I'm not saying that, I don't mean any disrespect to Booker, but look at how that fight went. You know, he didn't really have a shot. So, you know, and you got to remember, he already didn't get past ammo. So to have failed with ammo and then be, you know, skip the line to a unification.
Yeah, so what do you see next for Fondora?
Booker needed to show us that he could beat a Vladimir Hernandez like yesterday. You know, Hernandez is still no joke. Right now, he's still a dangerous journeyman. Can Booker beat Vladimir Hernandez? You know what I'm saying? And we should have known the answer to that before he got a unification fight. And again, it's no disrespect to Booker. I love him and his manager, Paul. You know, Paul did his thing. Maybe this is what Fondora needed after the layoff. But as boxing fans, you got to understand, we're not going to be nice and say, oh, well, you know, shout out to him. He gave it his all. We're going to be like, man, see, this motherfucker ain't belong. We knew he ain't belong. And now, look, they're never going to be nice, bro. We're disgruntled. Yeah. We want and deserve the best fight in the best. And, you know, Fondora takes a year off, does everything he does. It doesn't give us the Crawford fight. Then we don't get the Earl fight, which a lot of you guys gave him a pass. And I'm saying you guys, not you specifically, generalizing the boxing public. You know, we gave him a pass because, oh, he was fighting Earl on a comeback. But all the while, he's losing time out the ring, Now, we have to give him a second pass. Well, he's been out the ring. He needs a tune-up. So now we as boxing fans got what we got.
That's the part that I needed, what you just provided there. Like, I haven't been following Fondora that closely, like the political stuff with making the fights and where he's been at with everything. 154, I'm kind of in and out, and I don't follow closely. All I can comment on is what I saw last night. But you're right. I mean, Booker, at the end of the day, there was levels, and it was clear that, yeah, he's definitely not at that level.
Let me get to some other callers, champ.
My call's over.
Don't worry about it. But hopefully the boxing gods hear me, and that's a great fight for Booker. Don't take time off. Bounce right back. Get in that Vladimir Hernandez fight. No, Flex, I'm talking about Fondora was waiting on Earl. So I get that you think Earl is damaged goods, but that's your thoughts. There was still plenty of boxing fans that was happy Earl was coming back. It was going to be a big fight. And Fondora thought it was going to be a big fight. That's why he was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Alex, what up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah, man. Good morning, good afternoon to some, man. Shout out you too, Tone, Ness. Sunday shows, man. Always gotta love it. A lot of times, this is just chilling around the house, maybe cleaning up. So it's always nice to get a show. Hey, man. Like I said, shout out Booker. Had a really great story. Seems like a really nice dude. But yeah, last night showed he just. It's not that we can say maybe he could have never been ready, but yo, I mean, look what he's been doing since the ammo loss. Like, I think 6 of those guys were coming off like okay, there were 6 dudes that he fought. 3 or 4 of them were coming off of multiple straight losses, getting stopped. Like, bro, this is how the WBO is gonna rank guys at 154 or any weight class, top 5. When, like I said, you get stopped at another weight class, but then, I think he hasn't made 154 in his last 3 or 4 fights. He missed weight one time. And like I said, it's not like I'm attacking Booker. It's just the way boxing worked. And, people say, hey, this guy, he complains all the time, but no one does anything about it. And it's like, you just accept it. It's like we're in a domestic violent relationship, and it's like, oh well, I got beat up, but here I come back. But you have to speak about it for change, and that's the problem. It's like I feel like a 2-man army basically. It's like me and one other person, and then everyone just accepts it. It's okay. Oh well, he's from my town, or oh yeah, we're both Puerto Rican, so it's shout out to him getting the opportunity. And then you look at other people, guys that are fighting, at least other guys that are ranked, other, former champions, former title challengers. Xander's gotten 1 former champion. Jesus Ramos is ranked, I think, 7th. How is, so what? So Cordell Booker maybe shook the hand of someone at WBO, he gets ranked higher? Come on, man. Like, it doesn't make sense. This is the issue, this whole political game. It's annoying, honestly. Why did Cordell Booker have to go in? Hopefully, you look at the bright side. Hopefully, he got the highest payday, most likely. He got an opportunity of a lifetime.
But isn't this a voluntary?
Sometimes we get these guys. It's a voluntary. My problem is, why is he ranked number 5? Like, you got to listen. How did he get ranked so high with the opposition he's fighting? You've said it many times. Who is he beat? Who has he beat? Why is he ranked 5? That's my issue. And the guy hasn't even made the fucking weight in years. But it's okay because it's a voluntary. Is that the other side? It's a voluntary. He's been out. You're a fucking unified champion. That's supposed to mean you fight.
Let me ask you a question.
Qualified guys. Why are you a unified champion fighting and get like Cordell Booker? Nice guy. Why?
Time off.
Because you've been out? Yes. No one told you to be the fuck out. No one told you to be trying to fight Errol Spence, who got beat down and has been out himself for a long time. Because you want to make money? Cool. A lot of money, for sure. It would put asses in seats. But that's the problem. It's about the names. Oh, now we can't get it. Now we're going to get some guy, hasn't fought at the fucking weight, hasn't shown to be qualified. And then when he gets beat down, oh, we back, baby. He's the best. Oh, he'll take on all comers. This is the issue, man. But it's all right. Go ahead. Say something that don't make no fucking sense. I hear you, brother.
Damn, Vega over there cooking, man.
I mean, he's disgruntled. The only thing that I was just gonna ask is just be like, look, you think he doesn't deserve top 5? Does he deserve a top 10 or 15 position with that rank, with the opposition that you don't like? Because if that's the case, it's still legitimate. It's a voluntary defense, so the person gets to defend with the top 15. So whether Booker was 5 or number 15, he's eligible. Damn, I got. What the fuck? Okay. He's eligible, man. So, yeah. Hopefully that is okay with Alex. The time off is the time off, right? You need a tune-up, bro. And again, no disrespect to Booker. I'm not trying to call him that, but he showed he's not on Fondora's level. He had a lot of difficulty. I watched the post-fight. He had a lot of difficulty with the height and the reach and things of that nature. So, you know, he was thankful, though. He was super thankful to be there, you know. Shout out to him. He said he got treated very well. We got Treese in Toledo. What up? Walter Voss, 2-pounder. Shakur is not supposed to be fighting those guys. He used that B word, though. What up?
What up, though? What up, though? Damn, what up, who you got? 2-time?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Who else? You got King Amin on the line, too?
Ben dip.
No, he did, though. Okay. What up, though? But, shit. Hey, man, just wanted to throw this out here, man, real quick. Shout out to Tierra Brown, of course, man. You know what the fuck going on, man. Shout out to her. Shout out to OTX as well, man. That shit was dope as shit. We was watching that live. I had motherfuckers watching that at the job. That shit was crazy. You know, third shift. We was watching that shit at work. But, yeah, man, shout out to her. She got that shit done, man. We knew that she was going to bring it back home to the States. We needed that. And like I say, I'm hearing guys saying that, yeah, we would like to see her in there with like Amanda Serrano or Alicia Bumgarner. If it was, you know me, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I was hearing that for Sky Nicholson. We need to hear that for Tierra Brown. It's as simple as that. We done took her spot. She bumped. And now my fighter in the mix. Is that simple? You feel me? But hey, next, man, your girl Jasmine Artiga. Did you catch her fight, by the way?
In and out. We was watching another channel.
Yeah, I ain't think she won that fight, just for the record. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Shout out Miss Chavez. I thought you got that done. And shout out Jeremy Hill too, by the way. Shout out to him. Got that done. That was unexpected. But I heard you talk about that man Palasio who fought Kativ, by the way. I liked him too, man. I need to see him back. I want to see him back. What you think about Palasio versus Najee Lopez?
Whoa. I'm trying to do Najee versus Dion Nicholson right now, man.
Man, listen, man. I like that Palasio for gang, man. I like Palasio, man. I want to see him back.
Palasio just got out of a war.
I ain't talking about today. I ain't talking about today or tomorrow.
We trying to keep Najee active, so you know, I like Najee.
I dig it. I ain't talking about today or tomorrow. I'm talking about down the line. I want to see Palasio in there with a Najee. That's all. Just down the line.
We could consider it. You know, when we see him bounce back or something.
For sure. Shout out to my guy Jesse Magdaleno as well, getting the stoppage. That shit was very unexpected. I didn't see that shit coming. Shout out to the gang. And man, we just throwing out shout outs. Really, you know, we got our eyes on everything and shit like this, man. I do want to say Kurt Scooby, hey, Ness, you right. We need to see him in there with Dakota Langer getting his rematch back. But if not, I ain't gonna lie, if you want to call motherfuckers at that upper echelon out, what you think about them two cocky motherfuckers, Scooby and Schofield, going at it?
Negative.
Fuck it. The two muscle hamsters put their ass
negative, man. Negative. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Get it back in blood, man.
Get it back in blood. Hey, man. I ain't doing. Hey, you know me. I told Devin, don't do it. You didn't have to do it. I don't want to see the second time around. I ain't one of these guys, man. I'm not that get it back in blood guy. No.
You're going to have to see it 3 times because Dev going to win the second one.
That shit garbage. Dev, I told you ass, don't do it.
Gotta go.
But y'all be cool.
Hate is real. They going to hate on the great. Walter Vaz back with another 5-pounder. Realistically, there's Frank Martin, there's Tank, Murataya, Zepeda, even Gary Russell, who he just agreed to fight. Two-tone, you a pure hater.
Respectfully.
Talk about Murder Inc. That just establishes a darker, deeper criminal link.
Jerry Soriano, $2. Who you got? Tell us. The Cuban flag emoji versus Lubin. The American flag emoji for the Terrence Bud Crawford vacated WBA. That ain't happening. Lubin's in a fight with Andre what is it? Whatever. The dude from like Michigan, Detroit. And he's in another eliminator for the IBF to fight Bakram. But Tellers Lubin would be a good fight, but an unnecessary fight, man. It's just like they keep putting my man Lubin in these fights instead of giving him the title fight. It's like, why? They trying to treat him like Shakur, like he got to fight all the prospects. It's kind of not fair, bro. I don't get it. Don't get it. Last call for callers. Now is the time if you're trying to call in on me and Two-Tone. We up out of here. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch me on the next one tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I got a couple of guests scheduled too. I probably double booked for Monday. I ain't even gonna front. Tip, what up?
Yo. Yeah, man, you gonna stop with all this. They got a nigga trying to make Erickson Lubin fight all the prospects, man. Lubin gotta get his shot back. The man done had like 3 shots and he done lost every time. Like, come on, bro.
How many shots did Terrell Gushet lose? Cause he stay in a title fight. I'm sorry. You want me to run it back the 5 times he got title shots? Is the 5 times he lost?
Oh, okay, that's cool. Anyway,
he got a unified title shot in this last fight. That's nasty.
He got a unified title shot.
Yeah.
A unified title shot against who?
Fondora.
Terrell Gushet?
Yeah.
Terrell Gushet. Listen to what you're saying now.
Oh, you're right. Nah, you're right. That was
okay. 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 Because I don't even think Cordell. First of all, this is Cordell's first 12-rounder. What are you talking about? See, man, you gotta be paying attention, man. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, though. This is why I'm here. Anyway, man, good night of boxing. You know what I'm saying? My boy Jesus Ramos did his thing. You know, we moving on to bigger and better things. We want the big fish now, man. We want the big fish. Whether it be Charlo, Fondora, we want the big fish, man. You know what I'm saying? Dudes like Xander Zayas, they popping up at the fights thinking they next. Like, bro, go do something. Like, go do something, bro. You not ready. You know what I'm saying? You out here talking about, you know, Mexican versus Puerto Rico. We love to make it happen in Madison Square Garden. Nigga, you not an A-side. Like, what is he talking about? If anything, that fight should be done in Vegas. But it's just clear he can't sell anywhere else because he ain't done nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it is, man. That's how it is, you know. B-sides think they can dictate everything, man. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. You know, it's nasty out here. Nasty out here. And then, y'all keep talking about, man, Shakur. It's a reason why Shakur getting all the quote-unquote, as y'all call them, D-level fighters, calling him out, man. He set himself up for this when he left Top Rank. Like, none of these names will ever be of mention had he stayed where he was supposed to stay, bro. Or if he would have went to the PBC. But he went over there on that UK tour, and you know when you go on that UK tour, them niggas over there be fighting anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They fight anybody over there. I told y'all what was going to happen, man. Every time dudes go fuck with her and they on the UK tour. And now y'all see, it's looking nasty, man. He ain't getting the fights. He still ain't getting the fights. And then y'all not even over here talking about it. That's crazy. Now y'all callers don't even call in to talk about it.
They
Sad,
don't.
man. It's sad.
They don't.
That shit crazy, Tone. Like when it comes to the PBC, oh man, dudes ain't getting the fights. But when it comes to Shakur, oh, he still ain't getting the fights. Well, we not gonna talk about it. Like, bro, y'all gotta cut it out, man. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Edwin De Los Santos. About to be back in the mix. We about to put the beat on the Neptunes, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We about to take it to Keyshawn, man. We coming. Ness said get it back in blood, right? So we
Bro,
gotta
that's a
go get his little
nasty
bro.
fight. I can't believe. I mean, at
What you
least
mean?
Tone says something. Tone, tell him why it's a nasty fight, please.
Yeah, man. 2-year layoff. The man had a blood clots and coming off a loss. That's nasty.
And guess what else, Tone? Because this hit the sound bite, man.
Nah,
Which one?
Tone, it's a rematch, bro.
The
It's a
link,
rematch.
the link, man. Hit the link, man. I bet you they do
Tone.
this one in Virginia, Tone. Look at me. I bet you they do this one in Virginia, where guess what happens? Rehydration clause. So guess what? A Virginia rehydration clause on a WBO belt for a dude that been out the ring 2 years. 2
Damn.
years. Like, look, I ain't trying to ruin my opportunity to get in interviews, man. But you brought down Gustavo from 40 to 35. You brought down Zepeda from 40 to 35. Now you getting a dude that's been out 2 years. That's not nice, man. It's not nice. But look,
Hey, man. You know,
this is the way of Top Rank. This is how you manipulate. This is how you ensure your commodity rises. I just
and
don't
then
want people
another
to
thing,
get,
man.
I don't want y'all to get basically sidetracked and not understand what you're seeing.
After Fondora and Jesus Ramos win last night, y'all need to thank Turkey Al-Sheikh, man. Y'all need to get on your knees right now and praise Turkey Al-Sheikh because he done saved Terrence Crawford from 154 pounds. He done saved that man from 154 by going up there to fight Canelo. Because ain't no way, bro. Like, the
Bro,
amount
you
of
know what's
talent that's...
nasty? Damn, bro. We took callers. We forgot to talk about Lester Martinez, the new Marcos Maidana.
Oh, I'm about to get to my bro. I'm about to get to my bro.
You about to get up out of here, man. You about to get up out of here. You been on for 5 minutes already.
Hey, I'll shoot the counter. But
wrap it up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Turkey Al-Sheikh done say Bud Crawford from 154 pounds. It's clearly killers in that division. And you know what I'm saying? The man ain't even challenged himself to make history at that weight class. Why? Because it's too tough at that weight class, man. He want to go up there and fight a 35-year-old Canelo, you know what I'm saying, that's at least going on past prime. It's nasty, man. It's not, and it's supposed to be Terrence Crawford prime, honestly. This is supposed to be his prime era. You know what I'm saying? Like, but hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Y'all gonna realize everything I've been saying from the start is true. You know what I'm saying? After September, what is it, 14th, 13th, whatever, y'all gonna realize, man. Y'all gonna realize. But anyway, you know, Big Charlo on the way back. Big Charlo on the way back. I know y'all ready for that. We've all been waiting for that. You know what I'm saying? The best jab in the business. You know what I'm saying? About to make his return. Lester Martinez, man. There's plenty of big fights out there. Give us that Canadian dude, that big ass buff looking Canadian dude. We'll smoke him too. Give us Diego Pacheco. We'll smoke him too. You know what I'm saying? We want the works, man. We want the works. That's it, though.
All right, champ.
You know
We got Mo 1. Not to be confused with 3. Corny joke? My bad.
Rest in peace, Mo 3.
Yo.
Yo.
What up, Nass? What up, Tone?
What up?
Yeah, man. I just want to talk about the fights this weekend. It was some good fights. But that Elijah Garcia and Terrell Gushet, that was nasty work, man. That was nasty work. I can't believe they gave that to Garcia. I thought he was getting whooped for the most part. He was he was a little more active, but he be pity patting too much. Like he don't put no power on his punches. I don't know what's up with him. I felt he lost that. Did y'all agree with that decision?
I didn't.
I did, man. I felt like Garcia outworked Gushet. I get Gushet landed the cleaner shots to y'all, but he was also less active. So, I felt like it was a either or type situation.
Okay, I got you. Well, shit, I ain't mad at it. The Tiara Brown fight and Sky Nicholson, that was a good fight too. I was reading the comments on YouTube. A lot of people was hating on the commentary and kind of hating on Nicholson, but I thought she was fighting well in the early rounds. I do think Tiara
Nah,
Brown picked it up towards.
negative.
Nah, you don't think so?
Them early rounds was nasty work, bro.
What you think she was running too much or something?
Fuck yeah, on the move and only one-handed. It was, I don't know, that shit. Ugh.
But I didn't think. But I
man.
thought she did do well early. I thought she should have stayed with her game plan and move. Like
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. But I think Tiara Brown, she definitely did pick it
They
up
probably
towards the
told
end.
her ass she was losing. That's why she had to stop moving so goddamn much. But then she
She
started
wasn't
holding.
losing early rounds. They gave her Eddie Hearn. They gave Tiara Brown the last 5 rounds, bro.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a little, I don't know. I thought it was a good fight though. I think they should run the rematch back, to be honest.
Fact.
Where's Tiara Brown from? Y'all know?
Fort Myers, but trains out of DC.
Oh, she's from DC? Okay, shout out. I'm from the DMV. But yeah, they should run that back. If they could run that back in DC, that'd be lit as fuck, for real. But
Yeah, I don't know that she got the support of DC. She trained in DC. She's a cop out of Fort Myers, Florida.
Oh, okay. But yeah, and with the Fondora fight, I thought it was a good fight. I was kind of mad at the stoppage. I thought it was a little early. Was that me? Was I the only one who thought that?
Hell no, man. That boy was getting. I guess it's because you don't know Booker, do you?
Nah, I don't
that's
really
what
know
it
Booker
is.
like that.
So that's what it is. You don't really give a fuck. Nah, man. That dude was getting beat up, man. They saved him. He needed to be saved, bro. That shit was like, bro, shit wasn't even on the same level, in my opinion. No disrespect.
Man, I don't
love
know.
Booker. I interview him all the time, but like, bro, that game plan was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, I keep talking to myself, like, damn, if I interview him, I'm gonna tell him this. But it's like, how do I tell a dude that made it what he needed to do? But I don't understand why this man wasn't jabbing at the fucking body. That's what was there. You doing all these looping shots to the head that you could barely reach. The body is right there. He could have been hitting the belly button. Hooks with the right hand to the belly button. Jabs to that belly button. Even the fucking waistline. Like, get a little bit low. Nothing, bro.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Like, to move. Like, he decided the game plan was, I'm going to get on the outside with a taller, longer boxer.
You may feel like it's your time, but it's not your time.
With a taller, longer boxer is at his best. Every tall fighter wants you at the end of their punches. They want to extend their shots. Man, this shit is crazy, bro. I don't know what he was thinking. I hate it because I love for the underdog to get a win, and he got that opportunity. And at least if he would have done good, he fuck around, be back, and it's like, yeah, let's see him go through Booker. We know Booker, but bro, Booker got broke down quick. We don't know nothing about Booker.
Bro, Booker said he looped the right and his equilibrium was off, bro.
Yeah, champ. I don't know, man. I wish.
And he
done
said
better.
he was scared of them uppercuts, bro. Booker in
No. He said we trained for the uppercuts and they ain't even come. He
Yeah,
said we trained for the uppercuts.
That's all I got.
Yeah. He said we trained for the uppercuts. That's what we was training for, and they ain't come. It's like,
but that loop in power came and it was cooking Booker. Booker, he shed a couple tears at the post press conference, man. That passion. This one really was a really dejected loss for Booker. It was sad, bro. PBC got
man.
that.
Go ahead.
No, man. PBC had that man crying at the post press conference.
Yeah, he
man.
did look like he wanted to cry behind them glasses. It was emotional, I'm sure, bro. Like, how many times you gonna get a fucking unified title shot?
Right.
how many times? You know what I'm saying? So I know it was an emotional moment, but yeah, man, tough situation, bro. Horrible game plan is just what it boils down to me. Horrible game plan. Mr. Perfect.
Yeah,
What up, champ?
what's the deal, man? Shout out Fundora, man. I already been telling y'all niggas, man. That nigga hard out for anybody, bro. That's why it would have been the perfect fight for Earl to come back to see if he ready for the 54 pounds. But yeah, I just called, man, to give props to the Fundora family, man. Gabriella, the third best woman fighter right now. I give her fourth. She behind Chantel Cameron. I give her fourth for sure. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to the Fundora family, man. Fundora got that power, man, and he got a chin. Y'all keep trying to go back to the Mendoza shit. Well, that was a lucky shot, bro. And he was gonna get up, but his body would let him. He was gonna get up, but his body wouldn't let him. Now, if his body would have let him got up, then he would have got up and kept pounding on him. But yeah, shout out to Fundora, man. Hard out for anybody. It was a perfect comeback fight for my dog to see if he was ready for the 54. So we can still make that happen, man. The big time boxing Detroit, man. Shout out Fundora. Shout out the whole Fundora
Wait, when you
family,
say
bro.
we, are you talking about Earl or are you speaking French?
Like I
Booker a
said,
warrior?
like I
Is that what?
said, man. Like I said,
So you
man.
still want Earl versus Fondora? I'm just trying to be clear because it's people that don't know you. You could be it's
Nigga,
first time callers
we want
listening.
any fight. We want any
Yeah,
fight,
but the
bro. What you mean?
fans that never heard of Mr. Perfect don't know who you talking about. That's all. I'm just trying to
So
make
why
sure.
they who don't know if they watch this show, they know who I am.
What if they've tuned in today because of yesterday's Fondora fight? You know how people be like, yo, I've been following this show since the so-and-so fight.
True. Well, this big time boxing Detroit over here, man. It's big fish, the truth. We want either we we want the Thurman, but Thurman don't really want it. We'll take the Fundora fight for sure, bro. Just to enter ourselves into the 54 weight class, because that's gonna be a big statement.
Well, you know the WBO president said that's a no, so y'all got to go get it,
It's
rank.
all
Got
good,
to
bro.
get
We don't want the
rankied.
fight, bro. Look, bro, we don't get no big fight next, bro. You already know what it is.
Got
We
to
at the
get
farm, my nigga.
ranky.
We at the farm, my nigga. We ain't taking no tune-up, so we at the farm, my nigga.
You got to get ranked,
That's
man.
all I'm saying. We already ranked, bro. We been ranked for
Ain't
years,
nothing
my
wrong with
nigga.
getting ranked, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You
Bro,
been out the ring.
we been ranked, bro. We been unified. What you mean? We
Champ,
been ranked.
that's old news. Y'all also been out the
Bro, we
ring
been
for
ranked, bro.
600
Stop it.
days. Now you going to make me pull
What's
it up.
good, bro? Okay. Can you pull up Thurman's 2 fucking vacations while you at it?
603
How
days out
long was
the
You
Thurman's
may
ring.
feel
2
like it's your
vacations,
time,
Gotta
bro? Keep bringing
but
up
it's
one
not
go.
your
That's
time.
the
vacation. Nigga, bring up 2.
bill. Shout out Tip on the counter.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Mr. Delusional, man. Shit crazy. Dude still think he want Earl to come back and get sent off the same way he was sent off last time, man. Like, that shit is crazy, bro. Like, why would you want to do that to your favorite fighter, bro? That's disgusting. Like, you want Earl to get beat in this comeback fight the same way he got beat in the fight he left off in. Like, bro, that's just weird, man. That's just weird. Um, yeah. Yeah, man, damn, niggas that made me lose my train of thought. Fuck. I was about to talk about something that happened this weekend. Damn, I might just clicked off, bro. I'll hit y'all back.
I ain't AB 2 times.
Can you hear me?
We hear you. We hear you.
What's going on, Ness? What's going on, Two Tone?
What up?
What up, man?
I wanted to talk about just a quick question. So is women boxing different? Because I feel like Sky Nicholson was holding way too much, and how she didn't get a warning, or is that just women boxing?
Nah, man, that's in how that's what's that called? Home court advantage. She's Australian, and that's her promoter.
Oh, okay, okay.
Tiara's
Now
the
I was just
underdog.
wondering because she was just holding way too much, and I just kept thinking, I'm like, damn, how is she not getting a warning? And because I also had put a quick dub on Tierra Brown, got me a 140, so doing all right. Took the wife out to Texas Roadhouse. Took the wife out to Texas Roadhouse this weekend, so shout out to Tierra Brown.
Nice. What you
Right, man.
get? Half rack? Would you get a half rack of ribs?
Nah, the what is it? The bone in, the 30-ounce steak.
Oh, nice. Damn, 30 ounce.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
I'm gonna Google that.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. That's definitely you need to try that out for sure. But yeah, I used to call in on Blog Talk. It's AB from Colorado. I'm the one who sent you that Cash App not too long ago, the dollar Cash App, just to keep me in the books.
Got you.
But anyway, so I just wanted to ask for
Bone
just
in
a quick
ribeye,
favor.
a ribeye or the porterhouse?
Ribeye? No, it's a steak. I know it's a steak. I don't think it's a ribeye though. It's a bone in. It's a bone in steak.
Yeah, I mean it comes up bone in ribeye.
I think that one's for sure. I know
Oh
it's the
wait, you
biggest one
said
they
30
got for
ounce.
sure.
30 ounce. All right, my bad, champ. My bad.
So I want to ask for a quick little favor if you can. So I heard the president of WBC. What's his name?
Suleiman.
Suleiman. I heard he was doing a little. He does things for the children, and currently I have a little brother that has.
Oh, you're the
he's
guy.
boxing
You're
up.
the guy that hit me up.
Okay. Just a quick story. I have a little brother. He's 17. He's boxing out cancer right now on the urge of beating it. And he was gonna have his first amateur fight until he was diagnosed with it. And so I was trying to call in and ask, if you can just ask him that if willing to do him a favor or just something small just to keep his hopes up, because like I said, he's on the urge of beating it. And right when he gets clear from cancer, he wants to go back to amateurs and he wants to start boxing again.
Yeah, email me. Hit me up on DM so I can send you my email. This way you can email me and I can forward it to Mauricio with a
Oh,
conversation.
okay. I'll DM you on Instagram.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, because on SGTO, right?
that's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
I can respond
I'll
right.
send
I can
I'll send like
respond
a.
right now if you do it to the boxing voice.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. So my name is I think it's on Instagram. AB Make It Happen. So, but I'll definitely send you to the boxing voice.
For sure. No, I read that.
Uh,
I read that message. That's why I said, "Oh, you got to hit me up," because I read it, and I think it's kind of possible. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like it's a 50-50 situation because he actually never boxed. So we'll see. I mean, I was able to get my co-host a wheelchair, but he was going to box, but never had boxed. But we'll see, man.
Okay, yeah, just real quick, yeah, because I have sparring videos of him, how he was and everything. Like he was getting sparring in, getting good sparring and everything. So, just if you
Yeah,
need more,
send that. Send that.
proof and
Send
stuff
that.
like that.
Yeah, send that. Because
Yeah,
if
yeah.
anything, I can send it to his WhatsApp.
Oh, okay, for sure. Then I got you, Ness. Thank you, though.
All right. Alex Vega.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, no, definitely Cordell Booker. You look at his opponents. I guess one guy, what's his name? Vendetti.
Yeah.
He did fight Lada, and that was for one of 17 world championships the WBA has per division. So I guess you could say I made a mistake there. My bad, y'all. We don't want to spread false. We want facts, right?
Yeah, don't be talking down
So
on
yeah,
my
shout out
man
to him. He
Cordell.
missed that weight. What's up?
Don't be talking down on Cordell. He fought
I'm
somebody.
not, bro. Like that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying, like it should mean something to be ranked. To be ranked where you are, like those shouldn't just be given. Like I said, political movements to keep other people away or whatever it may be. It's good to have relationships. Shake hands. Like I said, Cordell seems like like I said, he's changed his life. And there's been a lot of situations where he could have not even been in the boxing ring or gave up, and he didn't. So it's kind of like what you're saying. Like I'm not trying to put the man down. He's done nothing wrong. But at the end of the day, we want to see, we have 4 sanctioning bodies. We want to see the top 60 ranked fighters, and we want to see why they're ranked top 60. And when you go down that list, like I said, most of those guys he faced, Vendetti, I think that's his name, just lost an 8-rounder in the previous fight against Courtney Pennington, bro. And then he gets Cordell Booker, who misses weight. Then like I said, if you look at other guys, they got stopped 2 times in a row, or they lost 3 of the last 4. And this is who you're getting Cordell Booker ranked in the top 5 off of those type of wins.
The real dude to be talking about is Paul, man. Paul.
What do you mean?
His manager got him the
Oh,
fights.
so he's
that
done a
you're
great
talking
job.
about
No, hey, it's
and-
not.
and
Listen, his
positioned
team,
them.
they did nothing wrong. They've done everything right. But what I'm saying is like, how can you say, well, he's ranked here because, like, I would love to hear from what's his name, the new WBO president, or I'm sure he'll say hit the ratings committee up, right? Because that's who it really comes down to. I would love to hear the ratings committee explain it. Maybe I need to go back to the convention, or hey, you're going to be there hopefully in Colombia. Maybe we can hear a little bit more actual reasoning.
Maybe you
besides
can
them
go with me. Maybe
going
you can
up.
go with me. You want to ask your
I
question?
don't have a passport, man. My shit expired.
What?
I'm poor, bro. We don't need to go fund me. Yeah, man. You pay for me, bro.
No, passports are not expensive. We're talking about less than $100.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. No, I'm poor, man. Hey, it's not just. It's not. I'm not saying the passport. It's the traveling. It's the eating. It's the moving around. Like, man, come on, man. I don't got the boxing voice money. I got Alex Vega money, man. It's 2 different tiers, man.
2 different
But
tiers.
but listen, we haven't talked about Lester. The new Maidana.
Yes.
I'll go my spill. This is just to remind you. Hey, Lester did his thing. Joe Shramm was a tough dude. He's a warrior, I would say. 9-0, two draws before. You could say he probably won one of those draws. I didn't see the other one. That was good work by Lester. I don't know exactly where I'd put him at 168, but we had a couple guys exit. So hey, he's tied with Bomac. He seemed to settle in his feet a lot better than I watched his last fight against Gongora, and he was very sloppy with his footwork. He sat down on his punches a little bit better. And I mean, shout out to Joe Shramm for attempting. He got up both those times. Most other dudes, they would have got slept. But that's my bell. And yeah, man, appreciate the time.
All right. Where is that? There it is. Bomac. Can't have him talk about Lester without showing Bomac and the team celebrating the Lester win. And Bomac says, "Did anybody believe in us after 2 cancellations? We never gonna duck no work. B&B Boxing." So shout out to Bomac. You see Bud in the back. And you got to remember, you Bud Crawford fans, that's who Bud is sparring, man. That's who Bud is sparring. The Guatemalan, Lester Martinez. I say the new Maidana because of how he throws that right hand on occasion. Looping it and shit like that. But that is, oh boy. Who's this?
So yo, Padre, bro.
Oh.
¿Tú me oyes?
Yep.
And I know the name threw you off. I have to change it, my trolling. But yeah, Fondora. We need Fondora to get in there with Jesus Ramos. Like at the end of the, I don't know why. I kind of get it. Fondora was coming off a long layoff. Cool. That's why they did the Booker fight. But PBC got to throw Ramos in there with Fondora. Even Lubin again, they got to mix all them guys up. If you're not gonna do the Riad season, all right, mix them guys up. We need to throw them on Prime, like But I guess they probably gonna use that fight like a Fondora Ramos for like a co-main main event, maybe on a tank undercard or something. But yeah, Booker fought the wrong fight. But he fought kind of like how he like his style. Like I don't know, it's kind of because the only way you could kind of beat Fondora is if you're in the inside, especially if you got all the disadvantages lengthwise. But yeah, I didn't think Booker was gonna fight like that. I thought he was gonna change his style up, but it's kind of hard to change his style up when you have so long fighting the same type of way. But good performance by Fundora. Lester Martinez looked good. I just don't know if Lester can maybe land them big fights. Maybe if Bud got to kind of maybe put him under the wing even more than what he is with this dude Bomac, because it's like people ain't in a rush to fight that guy. He heavy hands. Pretty good chin. Like no one's in a rush that guy. He's so. He's gonna need help. He's gonna need a lot of help, more help than he's getting, and he has a good number of fights already. He's already reaching like 20 fights, I think, something like that, or more than that. So, it's either now or never type. Lester gotta, get on the fast track and do what he's got to do. And who else? Oh, a good performance by Tiana Brown. Sky Nicholson, always been overrated to me. Such a like she's just technically sound, but she's not good, bro. Sky Nicholson's never what does she do great, bro? Like she's just technically sound, and she just had the size advantage over the girls. But man, Tiana Brown went in there, and man, she took up food. Sky Nicholson looked like Oscar De La Hoya versus Tito Trinidad. My fault, I had a call. He looked like Tito Trinidad at the end, running around, just trying to get just trying to just survive. So Sky Nicholson rightfully lost. I'm surprised Tip hasn't touched on it. Maybe he did, but that's another Eddie Hearn champion losing at home. So the streak continues. Streak continues. But yeah, man, good fight, good weekend of cards. Good for Tiana Brown to do her thing. Who else? I didn't Lester. Yeah, I just seen the main events. Fondora. I seen the Tiana Brown. Who else did I see? And I seen a couple other fights. I just don't remember. Probably lackluster performances or something. But yeah, and that's my call, man. That's my call. I'm out.
Tip counter.
You may feel like it's.
Yeah, what I meant to say was, you keep talking about this game plan stuff like, oh, he should have got on the inside. Bro, like, how the fuck was he supposed to get past Fondora's jab? Like, did you think about that? Like, that motherfucker long as shit. Like, it was...
Champ, we don't got to argue. Just go watch the fight. There was plenty of times he got past and decided to get past the jab and initiate a clinch.
And how was he doing it? And how was he doing it? How was he doing it?
Instead of just leading with that right hand right to the belly button, he would initiate a clinch. You know why? Because he did all that moving in the first two rounds.
And you do realize that all the moving.
Live, you was agreeing with that dumbass movement, and that's
because if you realize, as you're watching the fight, the only way he was able to get in and slip and clinch is when he was circling the ring. There was no other way for him to get in and fight Fondora. If you were in front of Fondora, you're going to do one of two things.
I don't even know how you wasted money to counter. You was on a panel yesterday arguing his dumbass game plan, and he got knocked out with the game plan. How you still arguing that the game plan is good? He got stopped using that dumb shit you was approving.
It don't matter what he would have did. Fondora would have touched him regardless. He did the best thing possible to his advantage, bro. And that's move the fuck out the way.
It wasn't enough.
The fuck?
It wasn't enough.
Motherfucking long as shit, man. You ain't see how Lubin put the beat.
Yeah, that's why you get on the inside. That's why you get on the inside.
Bro, you do realize that he stood toe-to-toe with Erickson Lubin, and you don't remember how Lubin's face got rearranged standing toe-to-toe?
It don't matter.
Fuck no. Why the fuck would I do that?
This was a different fight. This was a different fight. This was a different fight. Styles make fights. Booker is shorter than Lubin. The waist was right there for the taking. Go watch the fight.
And the only way he got to the waist is when he circled around him and he was able to jab in.
He could have jab to the waist. It was plenty of times he could have hit the body, but he didn't. There was even times when he could have hooked to the fucking belly button and he didn't.
He was throwing the hook over top. He threw the right punch over top.
Right.
He threw the looping hook over top because Fondora ain't looking for the looping hook. That was a good punch, man.
Headhunting.
Sorry, man. But it's not our fault that every time Fondora's so fucking long that every time Booker would try to exit, Fondora just going to touch him on the way out. Like, come on, bro. He did the smart thing. Touch him, clinch up. He just ain't do it in the proper way. He should have fought him like Caleb Plant did
Nope.
David Benavidez.
I don't know why you're doing
Simple.
this, bro. My man wasted movement, energy, stamina, head movement on clinching. Like, who does all this slipping and dipping and dodging to then clinch? If he just did all that and landed them right hands to the body, and I mean right hand as a jab because he's a southpaw, he could have been landing a jab right to the body. He could have been fucking hooking to the belly button. He didn't do none of that. All he did was clinch. He kept
Well, do me a
clinching every
favor.
time he got inside. That I didn't understand
The
that.
next
He would
time,
put his shoulder to Fondora's stomach. For what reason, bro? This shit was.
the next time you see Caleb Plant, ask Caleb Plant why he did the same thing against David Benavidez.
Bro, David and you can't even compare David. You can't even compare David and Sebastian. You know why?
Why the fuck can we?
You know why? For two reasons. One guy is unified, something the other ain't do, and
Man, get the
one
fuck
guy
outta here, man.
one guy got stopped. Something that Benvidez doesn't even know what it feels like to be stopped. Like it's not the same. Styles make fights, man. He didn't take advantage of what was there. Anybody watching that fight could see that Booker had to take advantage of the body that was available to him. Bro, first of all, Fondora was using a high guard.
Anyway,
the
bro.
center was available. He was using a high guard. Imagine using a high guard
Fondora
trying to block
controlled
the center.
That's why he was circling the ring.
I'm
Fondora
talking about the
controlled
center of
the
his
entire
body.
fight.
I'm talking about the center of his body. I'm talking about the center
How
of his
you
body.
gonna get? How are you going to get there and you can't get past the jab? And the only way you can get past the jab is by circling.
Yo,
Like, what are you watching?
You really got to go rewatch it, bro. I got other callers, man. Brandon Lands, what up? You really got to go rewatch the fight, bro. You really got to go rewatch it. He was probably busy holding his phone up with one hand to be on the show with us and then watching the fight. He wasn't watching the fight, man. That body
What
was
up,
there
man?
for the
What up?
taking, man. Buenos dias.
Yo, I wanted to call in and shout out Shramm, man. I want to see Shramm back with a full training camp against somebody. I know he got beat up, but I just like his energy. I like his spirit in there. He put up a good fight against Ramos, who's a tough guy. And I want to see Ramos against maybe like a prospect at 54. He gonna fuck something up. He gonna fuck somebody's plans up with a full training camp. Man, I don't want to hear shit else about Turkey telling somebody about the scorecards when we got shit like yesterday happening to Gushet. Like, ain't nobody on the earth thought that Garcia was winning that fight. Nobody. Me and my girl I stood up off the couch in shock. I even gasped when they read. I said, like, you know how your soundbite is? That's literally what I did. Like, no way. Shit crazy and sad. So I don't want to hear shit else about Turkey telling somebody they down on the scorecards when we got people really getting robbed, like in broad daylight out here. You know, it's crazy. As far as the main event, man, shout out to Fundora. You know, now I think he gets to have a voluntary. Maybe we get a Fundora versus Keith Thurman. You know, I know Jesus Ramos is in line, but, you know, obviously Thurman and maybe Spence bring more money to him. You know, Bachram is another title holder, but he don't bring no money. We know Spence and Keith Thurman bring money to the table, at least. So I feel like those would be interesting fights. Lester Martinez, I hate that he had these two cancellations because they put him behind the 8-ball in the 168 division. Like, he could have been fighting. We could have been talking about him and Berlanga. I've been asking you to ask Bomac about that fight for maybe 2 years now, but them cancellations messed his career up. But he looked good. He looked real good. Hopefully he can catch back up. You know, he get another fight versus a nice name,
Y'all
and then
funny
he could
as
enter
hell.
his
That
name.
man was never getting a Berlanga fight. He said, ask him about Berlanga.
I could bring up the text messages when I text you that, man. Berlanga versus
But I'm not saying you didn't text me. I'm saying like you wishing on a star. Like
I mean, I've asked about Morrell when he was at 168 versus Lester, man. I've been a fan of the dude.
That's more on the level. That's who he should be
What
fighting.
you mean the level, man? Like, man, you know, Lester will give Berlanga problems, bro. What are you talking about? Like, yeah.
I mean,
there'll be issues in there.
The fact that you didn't say he would beat Berlanga alone speaks volumes.
What you mean? I got respect for Berlanga. You know, I'm not gonna just say that. I mean, I feel like they on the same level. I feel like it's a competitive fight. I don't
Yeah,
think that he's
I
gonna
don't know
walk through
about on
fucking
the
Lester.
I don't know about on the same level. I like what I saw from Leicester for sure, but until we see it more consistently, I don't know if
I
that's
mean,
like I said in the
who-
title. I don't know if he's just the new Maidana or he's just not technically sound. So
what
I
we
need to
seen from
see more.
Berlanga to make you believe that he's that much better than Lester versus who? Like, explain. Because what
Bruh,
has he done?
Berlanga
Outside of
don't.
go 12 with Canelo, get dropped, and then act like he won a
Bro,
gold medal. Like, I
before
mean,
Canelo, he stopped McCory. After Canelo, he stopped Gonzalez, and they were cleaner. They were cleaner
you said Gonzalez,
stoppages.
man.
They were cleaner stoppages than these. But
Oh
look,
shit! Hey
you
Ness,
know,
and another thing, I need you to stop. I mean, you ain't mentioned it today, but I've been still bubbling about you trying to say David was ducking, man. You know, we want that belt. You know,
ducking who?
we
What
want the
David are
belt
you
from
talking about?
for Buck. You said David is ducking by not taking a fight from Turkey. I just want you to know that
I
we're not
mean, of
ducking. We just want the
course,
belt.
bro. I don't
Well, I
even
just
want to
want you to know.
waste
I
that
just want you
because
to know, Ness.
that's a
We playing
whole
we playing
that's a
chess.
whole nother
I know that,
show.
but
But your man,
it's still been irking me.
your
It's been
man,
irking me.
no, because you know why it's irking you. What's irking you
No,
is
it's not.
your
It's because you
man's
don't understand the
movement.
moves, Ness. You don't
No,
understand what we doing
no,
here.
your man's
You know, when
movement
they
and his promoter.
no.
Now they saying they not
Well,
fighting
listen.
in Saudi either. That's the ultimate duck.
Well, listen,
That's
Ness.
the
All I want to know,
ultimate
I want
duck.
you to know this. All the people that think that Canelo gonna jump David and be able to fight for undisputed
Bruh, we don't give a
with
fuck
Turkey.
about none of that
No, no,
shit.
no. That's not
We
happening.
not
No, I want
fast
you to understand
forwarding.
because it's not
We not
happening.
fast forwarding.
So no, no,
We
no.
want to
No,
stay
no,
right
no.
here.
We getting
We
ahead of
want to
that.
stay right
We getting
here
ahead of
and
that,
talk
Ness.
about
We
him
getting ahead of
ducking.
that.
We want to stay right
No, we
here
getting
and
ahead of
talk
that.
about him
So
ducking.
you're not gonna jump. You're
Nah,
not
we
gonna.
no
If you want to be
you
undisputed,
trying
you're
to
gonna have to fight
jump.
me too.
You trying to
Yeah, you're gonna have to
jump.
fight me too.
You trying to
I'm gonna have
jump
that
into
belt.
a fake future
Yeah, yeah.
to
No,
protect your ducking ways. Get up out of here. Listen, don't let that man sidetrack you from what David did. David told one of the most richest men in boxing, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia. If you want me to fight, it's in America only. Come on, man. The fuck? That's a duck, bro. You like I'm not mad at him, but we gotta call it what it is. You can't just be drawing lines in the sand. Like, what the hell? Y'all gotta, y'all just, whatever. I'll see how y'all do.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Ness? Good morning, man. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, man. Hey, Brandon, man, you gotta relax, bro, man. This weekend is not about David Benavidez, man. We need to talk about the events that actually occurred. Yo, shout out
Exactly.
Fondora for getting a good. Shout out Fondora for getting a good, impressive win. You know, Cordell, man, he showed a lot of heart. You know, he just showed that he ain't have enough skills just to be able to be on that level. But still, I appreciate the effort that he had, though. I wish he could have got it back, man. But you know, I ain't gonna beat him down like I did last time when he fucked my bread up. But it is what it is. Shout out to Tiara Brown. You know, none of us had her pick the win, and she got the upset. Probably one of the biggest upsets of the year thus far. So shout out to her. I was trying to argue with Vega yesterday, talking about how overtime is actually developing boxers, and I like to call out from Kurt Scooby how he wants to smoke with the top lightweights with Keyshawn and Shakur, as well as Miguel Cabrera. So hopefully one of those fights can come to fruition for him. Elijah Garcia, he's overhyped like a motherfucker. Terrell Gushet got robbed. Um, I feel bad for Terrell because that's probably
Tell
his last
Kurt,
hurrah right there.
tell Kurt call out Dakota Linga, man.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. He moved past that, man. He moved past that. But you know, a lot of niggas don't want to fight him. Hey, yo, Ness, I'm about to take off, man. 'Cause I'm down here in the NOLA right now, man. So I got crazy noise. But shout out to you. Shout out to the community as always. I'll catch you later, though, fam. I'm out.
That's what I hate about boxing, man. Only certain dudes got to do certain things. Certain dudes got to do certain rematches. Certain dudes got to do certain tough fights. Certain dudes got to do certain things. JT, what up?
Yo, what up, Ness?
What up?
Yeah, I was just calling in, talking about that Fondora fight. I mean, I hear you arguing with somebody on the call. There's no shot at him, but like what I saw in that fight, like dude will get in, and then he'll find a way to get back on the outside where he doesn't belong with Fondora. Like that type of fight, Booker should have been fighting more mid range to smother just smarter to get in. But every time he jumped in and landed an overhand or something like that, etc., he'll go back on the outside, where he doesn't belong against a taller fighter in Fondora. So I just heard you. I heard you arguing about that. I kind of agree with you on that side about how you saw the fight. I knew it was downhill when he kept staying on the outside of Fondora jab. You shouldn't want to stay on the outside of anybody jab that's tall like that. You got to mix it up a little bit. If you be on the outside, you got to move around. You got to give him different looks. But definitely, he should have been on the inside. You know, we had a debate on the back call. I can't wait to see Errol because I definitely still want to see that fight. I want to see Errol touch up Fondora. I was not impressed with Fondora, straight up and down, just a tall guy. I think Errol will get in there and break him down. The fight I'm talking about, Errol be on the inside more, mid range if he have to. He'd be on the outside. What I would say, not that much on the outside. I would say he'd be more on the inside mid range, breaking him down to the body, and probably would stop Fondora. I got a couple of guys at 54 will get Fondora out of there. As far as the other fights, I saw that fight. I didn't really see the. I was in between both watching them. I didn't see the. No, I did see the fight. The guy that's in Blood Camp. What's his name? Lemos. Lester.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be a good. That's gonna be a good look, man. He's not. He ain't no Canelo, but that's definitely gonna be a good look. To get Bud ready for a Canelo fight in September. You know, they got similarities in how they fight. Which he, like I said, he definitely ain't a Canelo. He just got the size, similar aggressive style. You know, him and what's the other guy, Steve Nelson. I think that's some good sparring partners over there. That's gonna get Bud ready for that September fight. But it was some good fights on yesterday. I don't understand this battle back and forth. Just like Brandon said, another topic we was fussing about. They talking about what Turk getting up and doing. Dude blatantly got robbed when Gushet deserved to win that fight. Dude from Ohio. He always been in some good fights though, but he definitely deserved that fight, and they robbed him yesterday. So like we were just talking about that the other day. Y'all talking about what Turk do get up and tell somebody in the corner that he's down on scorecards, but we blatantly getting robbed. And they're saying that shit wouldn't happen in the States. But that's my call, man. I'll just continue listening.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. Let's see here. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. We got the $2 super chat from Jay Walk that says, "That's what I be saying. Top ranked matchmaking." And I guess he's talking about the conversation about Keyshawn and De Los Santos. We got Mad Bet 100. $2. Will WBC overstep the WBO and order Fondora versus Ortiz? It looks like it, man. I mean, when we had Suleiman on the show, he be talking like he big bro and everybody under that. About boxing with AB, $5. Let me know if you got those videos on Insta, Ness. Send them to the Boxing Voice Insta. Let me know if you need anything. Yeah. Let me check here. Request. This must be you. All right, here goes with the email, champ. Put the email together so we could get it to him. And homie need the Discord link over here. We got you, champ. Chizzy. Rizzy. We got the guy you know, $5. Kirk got stopped last year. And this dude, James Benitez, talking about he's past that, laughing my ass off. He needs to go put in some work. Y'all delusional. That's what I'm saying. It's like he got to get that back in blood. It's like y'all can't just walk away from that. That's crazy to do. Let's see. We got Tip with another one. And we gained 2 more subs. We had 238,817,000. We need about another 200 to get to 239,000. Tip, what up?
Yeah, man, I'm just trying to figure out why niggas will want to be where Fondora would love you to be. Do we not watch Fondora fights on this show? Like, do we not all realize that this nigga wants to fight on the inside? Like,
Yeah.
that's his plan. Like,
It
his
don't
plan is
matter.
literally to fight on the inside.
It don't matter. You still got to do what's best for you.
Bro, Cordell would have been out the ring quicker had he been standing in the pocket with Fondora, bro.
Like me and
100%.
Like we said,
100%.
man, he could have picked his
He would have
shots,
been.
man. His shots
He
was
would have
there.
been
He
out the
didn't
ring,
take them.
bro. He did enough to survive as long as he did. He wasn't
Shots
gonna
was
make it the
there.
full length
He didn't
anyway,
take
bro.
them.
He was not gonna make it the full length. Had that motherfucker stood there in front of Fondora, he was gonna get cooked bad, bro. I don't think y'all realize. Like, do y'all not remember the beating he was putting on Brian Mendoza before Brian Mendoza looped that fucking hook? Like, what do y'all be watching, bro? I'm really confused about this. Like, what do y'all be watching? And then
Man's hit a little parlay. He think he the sweet scientist. Man, if you don't sit your ass down.
Bro, I've seen it play, bro. Like, I watch film, nigga. This is what I do. I sit there and I
Let's
watch
keep
film.
in mind. Let's keep in mind your parlay had a robbery on it. The people calling it a robbery. I thought
Man, it wasn't no robbery. It wasn't
Elijah
no
won.
robbery.
I thought Elijah won, but people thought it was the other way around with Gushet. So you ain't as smart as you think.
Nah. It wasn't a robbery because it was on my parlay. But you know what I'm saying. But no. I do want to say this, man. Elijah Garcia, take the rest of the year off, bro. Get in the fucking lab, and as Hamza says, work on the fucking basic fundamentals, bro. Work on the basic fundamentals. Because there's no way you should be leaning over your front foot like that. There's no way you shouldn't have a jab at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? Boxing at this level, it's disgusting, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell him and Bob Santos was working on, bro. But that match, it was very telling, bro. He's not ready, man, and he needs to get in the lab and work on his fundamentals, bro. Respectfully, man. There was something else I wanted to talk about, but it's gonna skip my mind. But as far as Fondora goes, man, yeah, y'all tripping, bro. He did everything he could, man. He just wasn't gonna make it past. Booker just wasn't gonna make it past that dude, man. Fondora's just too much. He's too much, bro. Too much for a lot of dudes. He's gonna cook. He's gonna cook that Puerto Rican kid the same way. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get cooked the same way. And if that Puerto Rican kid somehow stops Fondora, oh, he's on PEDs. Best believe it. Because he ain't never had power. He ain't never had power. So, and then another thing. Oh, this is what I really
Fondora
thought.
got one
Hold on.
punch knocked out, so we still question his chin.
By somebody who's a punch. Another thing I wanted to talk. This is why I really called in. If the WBC orders Virgil and Virgil takes the fight, just remember I told y'all Virgil Ortiz is a duck. Because remember what Virgil told me. I got a hand injury. I got laceration over the eye. I got to get surgery. Just remember that. Virgil told me that on Twitter. I'm gone.
All right, he could already got the surgery and he could be already rehabbing the hand. I mean, he talked to him like last week, 2 weeks ago. But yeah, you know, just reminding you. And it looks like we need you to smash that thumbs up button because that's free, of course. And we also need you to hit the thumbs up because that's also free. And click the notification bell. But that is the wrap. All the callers. Until the next one. Peace.